Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Haven of Horrors. A little bit weird of the schedule because we're only on the first and third Thursdays, so it's been 3 weeks since our last episode, which I didn't take advantage of and still prepped for this session last night, so that's me.
Woo!
Hi, I'm Rue. I use he or they pronouns, and I'll be your narrator today. And I'm excited to introduce all of our players and our special guest. So why don't we do Kestrel first?
Hi, I'm Kestrel. I use they, them, theirs pronouns. I can't remember if I'm also supposed to say my character's name and pronouns.
Yes.
Okay. I play Apia, who uses they, them, theirs pronouns.
Ari.
My name is Ari. I'm sorry. I just opened the Twitch stream and I heard the echo, and I thought that Kestrel was still talking, and I was like, but my name is Ari. I use he/him pronouns. I am playing Vivian, who is a baddie and uses she/her pronouns. And yeah, we're both baddies.
Nice. All right, Birdie.
Hello, I am Birdie. I use she or they pronouns, and I will be playing Maria, who uses she, her pronouns.
And Ro.
Hi, I'm Ro. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm playing Alina, who uses she, her pronouns. I think.
We're not sure. No one's really
I
asked
forgot.
her.
No one really knows.
No one's asked. And last but not least, our guest for this week, Rena.
Hi, I'm Rena. I use he, she, and they pronouns, and I am bringing you the delightful Candy Bees, who uses she and they pronouns.
All right. So when we last left off, you had finished dealing with the cursed painting dealer, Laura, by burning the painting in the apartment complex, and Apia doing some choice arson and burning down the entire gallery. But you didn't catch Laura herself. She seems to have vanished off into the distance. And it's probably been
for the best.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I miss her.
It's probably been a couple of weeks since you've had that case. Again, a lot of the time while you're at work, the cases aren't interesting enough to think about. It's mostly a lot of filing and doing not as exciting things. But when you arrive in your various order, or wake up if you sleep there, because we've established that no one really cares if you just sleep in the institute, so anyone who so chooses can just kind of pass out in a corner. But whenever,
or sitting on a chair with their eyes open.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Alina ever leaves. But as you all arrive, this fine, we'll say it's a Wednesday, this fine Wednesday morning, you are surprised to see that there is not one but two people in the office. Sitting at their desk like usual is Damien, and he's sort of going over some paperwork and looking at things while chatting very quietly to another person. Who would you like to describe Candy?
I would love to describe Candy. Candy is unreasonably tall. Her hair is dyed as many colors as she could fit on her head. Although she's wearing she's got it tucked under a beret very nicely and neatly. She looks very professional. She's wearing, a multicolored button down, a long flowing skirt, and she has heart-shaped orange glasses. So she's probably stooping over to speak to Damien.
Yeah, again, Damien's 1 sitting and 2 5'6" when he's standing, so he's not tall. Ari likes to make fun of me because I only make short characters.
They're very, very looked down on this character. Very much everyone else is Amazonian, and they're just chilling.
But yeah, you walk in and Damien sort of like looking at your board is like, I don't understand why you need to take all of these, but I suppose if you've already made the arrangements upstairs, then we can show you down into artifact storage. It's fine.
I mean, again, I'm the messenger at this point. I'm picking up and I'm taking back. That's it.
Fine. Someone will grab them for you. We have people
Thank
who do
you.
that. That's fine.
Yes. Okay, yes.
Sorry, everyone. Didn't Everyone, this is Candy. Candy works at the London office.
Oh.
There's some of our artifacts that the London office feels we're not capable of handling ourselves, so they're taking them off of our hands, and Candy's here to transport them.
Ah, yes, that bastion of competence. Written. Alina says, as someone who's lived there for a million years.
I'm not saying that the country is a bastion of competence, but at the very least, our office is.
Which
I know the office.
which artifacts are they taking? Any we know?
One of the paintings that you acquired not too long ago.
I like those.
We're keeping a couple of them. You did buy like 4.
You like them a little bit too much. Let's be honest here. Let's keep it real.
We're supposed to be taking all of them.
Are you taking all of them? I was under the impression you were only taking one. We do have to study some of them ourselves, you know.
I'll call about it.
Anyway, a box and some
I'm really
unpleasant
Apia
dolls.
like folds their arms and says like, if I knew that you were going to be taking so many of them, I would have saved a couple more.
I'm pretty good with art. I mean, we can handle a couple paintings.
Which
Also,
the
hi, I'm
intention-
Maria. Nice to meet you.
Apia's like, I did good arson for this. Don't take my fucking paintings.
I mean, like, I'm not saying you can't handle art. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just here to pick up things. And maybe there was a miscommunication. But yes, hi, I'm Candy.
She's just standing here with her hand out, really hoping that you don't. There we go.
I didn't realize, because my camera keeps switching back and forth. I didn't realize you still had your hand out. Yes, of course, Candy's going to shake her hand.
Maria is the kind of person that will just stand there, really
And,
hoping that this will work.
But yeah, as you're sort of snipping about who's taking what and where it's going,
Right.
Damien sighs and puts their hands out and is like, anyway, I have an actual case to deal with, if you don't mind.
Me? Why would I mind?
I don't know, you're just here to pick things up, right? I figured.
I'm not.
Sorry, it's the paintings and what else?
Oh, a box and some a collection of dolls.
What's in the box?
We don't know.
Okay.
As in, as far as on record, the only person who's ever opened it died. We've just kind of been keeping it in lockup.
Right.
It's pretty spooky. See why we
Okay. So you can definitely take that
Alina,
one.
I'm down with that.
You probably know a little bit more about this box because you've worked here. And
Do you want me to make a roll?
You can make a roll to see if you remember it. Yeah.
Cool.
Make a thought roll.
Thought. It's 2d6s, right? I haven't
Yes.
played this game in a while. So that's 10.
Wow, nice. Good job. Yeah, I mean, you've been here a long time, a questionable number of years. And you probably remember this one. It was sometimes when people send you statements, they send you the object in question along with it and are just like, get rid of this. I don't want to deal with it. And this was one of those such cases. Someone had found this box, and like every time that, like every room they put it in, whoever was in it felt like very weak and very tired, as if it was sucking the life out of the space. And in the end, someone who they knew opened it, and when they came into the room with that person, they had been aged to the point of death. And so they simply shipped the box to the Institute and were like, done with this shit.
I would like to make a formal complaint for them not to take the box.
I mean, you can put. I agree that we should be keeping all of our artifacts, but I don't make.
I don't care for the paintings. I did not enjoy my time with those.
Paintings are
They're
great.
lovely paintings.
They
I
really
will
Okay.
protest on them taking the box.
Well,
keep the dolls.
I-
Nobody here cares about the dolls.
the dolls can go. It's fine.
Yeah, the dolls can.
We'll
Well,
find more
Apia
dolls,
looks
I'm
like
sure.
just slightly, like just very slightly sad at that.
Aw.
Oh, do you want the dolls?
Apia's just likes dolls.
Oh, I mean, they are nice.
Obviously.
These dolls probably aren't
Apia
nice. or we
appreciates a
wouldn't-
good doll.
If these dolls were nice, we probably wouldn't have them. But I understand.
True.
Well,
But,
I
yeah,
guess I
And
can.
I will argue that
Mhm.
my particular expertise is better suited for me to investigate the box than for them to have it. And they probably know me there because Alina was originally, well, she's not originally from
Yeah,
London.
she worked there, right?
Right. So they will know my expertise, and maybe that's. Do you want me to roll something? I don't know. A bureaucracy roll.
Make a
Right.
bureaucracy roll.
Red tape roll.
I genuinely
Right.
think that should be a move in this game.
At this point.
One of the corruptions moves is the fact that like structures of power are innately corrupt, and you can use them to your benefit. I
Neat.
don't remember what it's called, but it is one of the corruptions moves.
Circumvent the system.
Like Damien is listening and nodding, and Damien's like, well, I can give the London branch a call and see what they say about the box. It's not in my like jurisdiction. It's a decision from upstairs, and they do point like physically upstairs. But I can talk to Sharani and I can talk to the London Institute folks and see if they will be willing to let you keep the box.
I mean, us. It's not me. I'm not taking it.
Well,
to
you
my
don't.
house.
I assume you don't want to take it home. No,
No.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone wants to take it
No.
home. It's in the furthest corner we can keep it in. But I can make some calls if you like, and I can use your expertise. And I would like you to make. I will let you choose a tact or a power roll to determine how like much they know your expertise.
Okay. I will roll power because that's a +3.
Holy shit! I
That's
forgot that
frightening.
Alina is just powerful.
Yeah,
That's
she's powerful.
very
That's a
frightening.
7. I don't remember if that's a hit.
It's a partial success.
That's a success.
So like in this case, it means that like they will remember you and will have heard of you, but it won't be like an immediate like, oh, of course we will do anything she says sort of thing.
Or else.
Or else we know what this
Right.
woman is capable of and we are afraid. But yeah, so Damien's like, I'll see what I can do about having us keep the box. Personally, I'm happy to get as many of these things out of my personal jurisdiction as possible, but if you think we can have something
we
to
can
learn
trade
from
them the
it.
disc if they want to.
Well, that's true. I suppose I could
Ooh.
offer it. we could barter with a different artifact. I can see if they want to take the disc.
Disc.
Yeah, keep
Yeah,
that
the
disc away
dagger.
from.
It contains the darkness.
Yes, it is the void. It is
It's pretty
actually
freaky.
the empty space and the
Yeah.
inky blackness of the abyss.
Not a
concentrated.
fan. Not a fan of that one.
I'm more of a fan of that than the paintings. The paintings
mean,
were
I kinda
actually
like it.
insulting my spirit.
I kind of like it just to
Paintings
use like
give
as
me
an
a headache.
accessory, but I can live without it.
Maybe
Just as a side note for today, Vivian is always dressed like Wednesday Addams,
Fuck, I
with
love
that
her.
gothic black and white, round collar, sharp collar, black dress, white sleeve energy. And today it's kind of gothic Lolita. It's kind of up to 11. So she and Candy are kind of just like, they still haven't spoken, but they're kind of just like vibing on like, we're tall, we're baddies, we're monochrome plus rainbow, just like kind of just, yeah, okay, cool. And still haven't really interacted, but they're just like, just accepting.
Apia is wearing so many layers of clothes, it's dubious whether there's anything actually under there, except for the fact you can see their face.
I will say, Ari, not to nearly the same extent that Laura was, but occasionally, if you're looking at Candy out of the corner of your eye, it's a little bit weird.
Yeah. She and Vivian's on that keep your friends close energy. She's like, It's like, yeah, cool. We're cool. That's just the whole vibe.
Maria is having a good day with now 2 very tall, powerful women in the office.
There's more of them.
It's like, oh wow,
valid.
she's also tall.
The Institute just keeps hiring just giant women.
Candy is 6 feet tall, and she does not shy away from heels. So
yeah, because
she's
Vivian's also
we're
like
at
6
there.
foot, right?
Yeah, Vivian's like 6'2" and has heels on, so she's like 6'5". We're
Maria remains 5'4".
All time.
Maria is
Damien
6
have
foot
to
like
live.
2.
We're gonna say that Vivian is being petty today and goes back into her office and gets those, those Lolita boots that are like the base is like this,
Yeah.
the platform is like that tall, and like they get thinner towards the bottom and they're like super cute, but they're just crazy. And she just puts those on and they strap up like to her knees, and she just comes back out and she's like ducking under a doorway because she's like literally 7 feet tall.
Does she
she's
keep
like,
them in her
okay.
office?
She has an extra pair of office. Like today she has to go a little above and beyond. It's like,
Fuck,
okay,
I love her.
You look
I was
nice
just,
today, Vivian.
like, puts one foot up, balances on literally a needle of a shoe.
Yeah. Apia, I think we decided is either 6'2" or 6'3".
I think it was 6'3".
I think they're around there,
I think so.
depending on how much they're slouching.
You must be this tall to work at the Institute.
The thing about Apia is that without any like tall like cues around them for how tall they are, they almost look a little taller because they're so like rail thin.
Right.
Damien and I gotta stick together.
Yeah. Maria and Damien are over here. You can stack them and then they can look into everyone else's eyes.
What about you said we had a case today?
Yes, a report came in and I got it a little late. I think it took a little while to get processed, but I think it's still something we could look into maybe. Candy, you're welcome to sit in or you're welcome to stay in a hotel while you wait for everything to get processed. I don't know what your protocols are.
I mean, if I'm going to have to stay an extra day or however many to negotiate these things out, I might as well. Can I go get my boy? They told me I had to leave him upstairs.
Did you bring a child to the archive?
No, I brought my cat.
Oh. Sure, don't let it into artifact storage.
Oh, he'll be fine.
Not bad.
Damien, a little bit confused, but like, sure.
Kitty will go, and she will come back with a very stout and fluffy black and white cat. He's got like the like tufts all around his face that make him look like a grumpy little lynx, and he's wearing a harness, so he is a working animal. He's kind of he can't kind of he's just in her arms. He's just a baby. This is Cheshire.
Love.
Lovely cat.
Can I touch it?
Yes, if you like. He loves
And Vivian's
people.
like, is it an artifact? Is it gonna absorb
What's
you?
their... Apia asks,
Gonna go to a different dimension?
what's their name?
Cheshire, like Alice in Wonderland.
Alina
Nods,
Being had
but
flashback
doesn't make
to
any
Laura's
moves to
smile.
get any closer.
Alina will uncharacteristically pet the cat.
Oh, character growth.
She
Sorry.
will
What?
reach
Then everyone's like,
and
"Oh."
scratch the cat behind the ears.
Sorry, Kestrel and Ari, you spoke at the same time and I didn't catch what either of you said. What did you say?
Sorry, I said Apia is just like is getting nowhere near this cat. Does not want to be near this cat. No, thank you.
Fair enough. And what did?
I said,
Sorry,
is this cat
Ari.
an artifact? Is this cat going to transfer you to a different dimension? Looking at Maria like, are you sure you want to touch this cat that you don't know? And then also, upon hearing that it's named Cheshire, is like the cat, they're like literally giving her Laura flashbacks. So she's like, like,
This is better, Laura.
This is better, Laura, but less evil.
Yeah, this is Laura, but not the worst.
I can check if the cat. Sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say as Cheshire is being pet, he does kind of like stretch and kind of wake up, and he seems a little longer than he did a second ago, but it could just be
long cat.
something.
I could check, but
Weird cat.
it would be sad.
Yeah, I wouldn't let you. I straight up wouldn't let you.
No.
Can I roll to check if the cat is?
No.
No thanks.
No.
Find out.
Do not.
I mean, you could, yeah.
You could also
Yes,
just
actually.
ask.
If the cat turns into a giant monster, then I will consider doing my thing.
Okay, that's fair. That's
I
valid.
mean, if it's not, it has nothing to do with it.
It's a cat, I think.
You people are horrible.
Yeah?
Apia just doesn't like animals.
Have you met?
Alina's
The
done
old
some
lady?
crimes.
And Vivian's like, yes, they are horrible. Yes. Like, you're right. Uh-huh.
Thank you.
They're crazy.
Like, thank you.
You are valid. These people are nuts.
All right, well,
Statement.
I'm glad we have a cat to listen to this terrible thing that I have to read about everyone. All right.
He's a trained support animal, so.
That's good. We might need it. Here, I'm going to put an out of character note because the statements are always sort of the like heaviest triggered bits. Your trigger warnings for this episode are mold, rot, general unsanitary situations, food, mentions of both raw and rotten meat, bugs, dermatillomania, and compulsive behaviors. So if any of those things trigger you or upset you in any way, feel free to step back. And I will let you know when the statement reading is over and we're past the like very worst of the triggering content. So as usual, Damien hands out copies to each of you and sits down at his desk and reads. My work does a lot of potluck lunches, probably more than average, I'd say. We're a pretty small office, and our boss likes to maintain that sort of your coworkers are your family mindset. Not everyone's cup of tea, but it's better than some places I've worked. Anyway, because of this, we end up having potlucks pretty often. Holidays, quarterly meetings, anytime there's any sort of drill, birthdays, sometimes seemingly at random if we haven't had one in a while and Kelsey's worried about office morale. We get an email a few days before to bring something, and then there's a plethora of snacks and desserts with usually one or two real food options that Kelsey or one of the management types bring in. I can't afford to be making rice and stew every week. Flatbreads, though, I can manage. Anyway, as I'm sure you can imagine, a potluck every week means there's always leftovers. It's kind of nice knowing that for a couple of days there will be food in the office so I don't have to bring myself lunch. And we've made it a habit to clear out the fridge at the end of the day on Fridays. People take home what they want and the rest gets tossed so we don't end up growing any new coworkers. It's a system I've gotten pretty used to. I've worked here a little over 2 years, and I'm usually one of the last people out on Fridays, along with having a strong stomach. So cleaning out the fridge is usually left to me. It's not a big deal. Usually most people take their food and potluck leftovers home, so I get a simple end of the week task while other people have to organize files or dust the tops of cabinets. Recently, though, it's been getting harder and harder to clean out the fridge. I can't totally pinpoint when it started, really. It kind of crept up on me. Like one week I just realized, it's taking me a lot longer to clean the shelves this week. Or, these stains are definitely worse than they were last time I scrubbed them down. It wasn't a sudden change or a one-time event. It was constant and growing. At first, I did what people in offices always do. I left notes and sent reminder emails. If you spill something in the fridge, clean it up right away when it happens so it doesn't sit and fester for a few days. If you know nothing is rotten, or rather, if you know something is rotten, just throw it away before Friday. Those sorts of things. Little reminders, nothing personal, just in the hopes that my end of the week chore would go back to being simple. And people really tried, honestly. More than once I saw someone scrubbing at a spot on the shelves or cleaning out the bottom of one of the door trays. A couple of my coworkers brought it up to me that seemingly no matter how often they wiped up the spill or grabbed the cleaning supplies, it never seemed to go away. It just kept getting worse. I have no idea who brought raw meat in for their lunch. I know it's a delicacy or whatever, but who eats raw meat for lunch at an office? It's not like we have a stove you could cook it at, or the atmosphere suited to eating steak tartare. But there it was, just a clear Tupperware full of raw meat in the fridge on Monday morning. I was sure that would be eaten. It's definitely not something you're supposed to leave cubed and lying around for more than a day or so. But I was wrong. No one claimed it. No one ate it. Day after day, it sat in the refrigerator, and I watched with absolute horror as it got worse and worse. The meat turned gray, then green, and then a horrible mottled mix of colors and was sickening to even look at. By the time Thursday came around, I couldn't handle it anymore. Sure, technically, whoever it belonged to had until Friday to claim it, but no one was going to eat it in the state it was in, and the stench that came along every time someone opened the fridge was surely seeping out from under the lid of the Tupperware. When I picked the container up, intending to throw it away wholesale and buy a new container for the anonymous coworker who'd left it there, I almost lost my own lunch. The container was wet. No, slick was a better term, really. Slick and sticky, like oil or honey. It left a dark, brownish, coagulated residue on my fingers. Disgusted, I rushed the container out to the trash can in the back alleyway, trying to touch it with as little of my hand as possible. Even attempting that, the slime managed to find its way onto all of my fingers and down my palm, a sensation I was all too aware of on the way back to the office. I spent at least 10 minutes washing my hands. Hot water, soap, a ridiculous amount of scrubbing. By the time I stopped and grabbed a paper towel, sure that I had to have gotten the last of the grime off my hands, I saw a new splotch of it, or felt that tacky, viscous sensation between my fingers and my nails, and I had to start washing again. By the time Kelsey stopped into the bathroom to let me know I had a client, my hands were red, raw, and bleeding around the nail beds and cuticles. I had rubbed a whole layer of skin off, and I could still feel the residue. It didn't get better when I got back to work. I sat down at my desk, met with my client, typed up the notes from our meeting, but all the while, all I could think of was how itchy my skin felt, how hyper aware I was of the raw patches of skin, and how clearly there was more of that sticky, unknown substance hiding where I couldn't see it. It was on my keyboard now. Every time I touched the keys, I could feel it mucking up my fingers again, and then my fingers spread over more keys, which then my fingers touched and got more on them. An endless cycle of filth. I kept reaching for the hand sanitizer by my desk, ignoring the fact that it stung to rub it into the fresh little raw spots on my hands and forearms, but then the hand sanitizer caught it too. Slick and sticky and creeping. Everything is rotting. I'm rotting. And so is everything I touch. That's the end of the statement. So that's the worst of the triggering material. I will give us a warning again when we enter any of the locations, but that's the worst of the triggering material.
I would say cool usually right about here, but that was not cool.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
Oh, I loved this.
Ew.
Yeah.
Alina is going to only eat crackers for 2 weeks from now on.
Yeah, Maria can feel the idea of mold crawling under her skin, and she's just like, do not dislike button.
Smash that mother frickin' dislike button.
Any time Damien reads a statement, he does get very into it and narrates it very personally. He seems particularly skeeved out and keeps itching at his hands and arms. Not a fan of this one.
No,
yeah, that sounded pretty gross.
I guess we have to go at some point, don't we? Not really seeing any way to investigate
Quick question out of character. Do I have to touch people to kill them? Or will I be able to?
I don't think you have to touch people to kill them. Cool. It's easier, certainly. So I might do a -1 to your roll if you can't physically touch someone.
I'll take it.
But yeah, you do not have to touch someone to use your ability. It's just easier. The chat says you should have a gun.
Yeah.
I agree.
Ari, you're muted.
Yeah, let's give the 95-year-old woman a gun that has recoil.
Only 95?
No, that's the lesson.
Yeah.
There are.
You know what would be better and more with her aesthetic? A crossbow.
Ooh.
The recoil on a crossbow is so much worse.
Yeah.
One of the tiny ones, a hand crossbow.
Hand crossbow.
Very stylish.
It's something Alina would know, that there definitely are at least a couple of guns in artifact storage, but you probably don't want to use them.
No, I'm not taking a gun.
Do we have any of those big, beautiful, elegant, Yukari bows that are 5 feet long? A bow and arrow, and it's just super like the I keep wanting to say kendo, but I forget what they're called. How do you say bow in Japanese? Whatever, like that. The giant ones.
Oh, cute, like the Kyudo bows.
Yes, like those. They have a specific name.
I don't know their name. Yeah.
I wish we had one. I would use that. I'm not
much like myself, hearing people talk about compulsively picking at nail beds and wounds makes Maria very aware of her own skin. So she's going to town on her fingers right now.
Where is Maria sitting in proximity to Candy?
I don't know, but Maria usually sits near the front because she's an overachiever and wants to be liked.
Okay, great. That's where Candy's sitting too. She'll reach out and just hey, be careful.
Oh, sorry. I I didn't even notice I was doing that.
Yeah, it's okay.
Embarrassing.
I'm worried about you.
Wordlessly, and without like looking or saying anything, Damien will grab like that like lotion ointment stuff that's like for dry skin from the corner from a drawer in his desk and just slide it over and not say anything.
It's fine. It's fine. I'm just. It's not even a nerves thing. It's just my hands just go sometimes.
Oh, I get it. He shows off that he's been scratching and like.
Yeah,
nothing.
she is gonna pull out her band-aids and just like end of every finger. Like, you need any?
Wrapped. I might take you up on that. Thank you.
Okay, well, I have like 6 different patterns. Just let me know.
Surprise me.
Okay. She digs through her purse and gives you like they're probably leftover from like Christmas or something. Last year she stocks up because it's like
Band-Aids.
Yeah, it's like Christmas themed band-aids. I just thought they were funny.
You're old.
Happy holidays.
There's like Christmas puns on them.
6 days after Halloween, it is Christmas time.
Christmas now.
It is actually Christmas right now. Mariah Carey plays in the background.
All right, so can we think of any possible reason to not go investigate this office, or are we headed over there?
Looking at the information, I mean, it's almost redundant to say it at this point, but every time we get a case, the way that these people are affected is generally reminiscent of some kind of psychosomatic effect, disorder, episode, anything of that nature. This definitely presents itself similarly to OCD. Obviously, it's not, because that's not how that works, but the way that it psychologically impacted the report, I can't remember their name, the report sender.
Nadia.
Okay. It was very, because I noticed that even when they use hand sanitizer, the wound still burned from it. So obviously this isn't some form of slime or parasite that coats your skin and stops you from interacting with other things and physically infects other things. It is somehow either a part of you or inside of you, or, like I said, psychosomatically affecting you. And clearly it did it to the refrigerator as well. So it's a little bit more than just like germs. I don't think there's a way we're gonna get around going to this office, to be quite frank. I don't think that's
Out of all of the statements that we've heard recently, this one is the one that seems the most clearly supernatural, at least to my intuition, let's say.
More
And
than
I mean,
the paintings that swallowed people?
I mean, the statement wasn't that,
Yeah,
the
statement itself.
The statement itself was pretty tame, let's say. Then we crashed into that madness, but...
And I touched the painting.
Yes, you did, yes.
I was inside of that forever.
Yes, you were. Yes, you both were, yes. That did very much happen.
My paintings could do that.
If you'd like, you can submit a request for hazard pay for that.
Anyway,
like, okay, never mind. I was in the painting. It was so bad. It was all these hallways. It's like,
how long ago was the statement given?
We got this on like later Thursday evening, so.
Oh, so recently.
About 5 days ago, yeah.
Okay, so we should.
That person's probably slime by now.
We should check on that person to see if they are
Maybe we
slime, if
just
they've
don't-
taken some leave. Leave, is that how
Yeah,
it's
we could
called?
call the
Days
office.
off.
Believe, yeah.
Maybe if they're already slime, we just let it be.
Well, I mean,
No, that's not how it
if
works.
it was, because if it took 4 days to completely rot the meat in the container in the fridge,
Yeah.
then
Yep.
5 days and that was more than. So that was what, like 9 days ago at this point.
Yeah. Maybe
We
even
don't know
longer.
how much it spread.
Yeah.
Because there was a little bit of time between when they contracted the goop and later on when they realized that it was a problem. It had been, what did they say, 2 or 3 days? They said, I don't even think they gave a time period.
So the statement itself gave you that they don't remember when it started being a problem in the fridge.
Right.
Like,
It was a gradual problem.
yeah. But
Do
someone put the raw meat in the fridge on Monday, and on Thursday they touched it.
Okay.
Touching.
So, do we know that what the company is?
She left with her statement, like her number and it's got her number and her work number. So you don't have the name of her company necessarily, but you do have her office phone number.
Right.
Let's give her a ring.
Because here's the thing: if the place was infected, like the office was infected, then it would pay off to check maybe first if the office is still operational, and then check on the person. Right?
Yeah, and
I
I
think
mean, they
that's
could also
reasonable.
tell us if they still have the same fridge. Probably would have gotten rid of it by now.
That's
I
not
think you
how
overestimate
bosses
the amount the
work.
capitalists care about their workers.
Right.
Just because they
That's
have
not
public
how
safety
businesses
doesn't mean they
work.
care about their public health.
I didn't say they replaced it. They might have just not have a fridge anymore.
Moving a fridge takes a little bit of basic human empathy. I don't know if that's possible in this context. I worked in retail.
Right, and the boss is very keen on having that your coworkers are your family vibe, and that means that they
those are
definitely
usually
don't have health insurance.
That's usually the worst.
Definitely.
Like
Very
Walmart is
accurate.
making their employees do a TikTok competition to get more hours on Black Friday.
Yup.
Capitalists
Wow.
don't give a shit about their workers.
Not a one. Long story short, that refrigerator is still there.
That
Okay,
refrigerator is
well-
still there.
It was a thought. It was a nice thought.
That office is just crawling with the Last of Us zombies.
Maybe we are gonna have to claim the fridge.
We're gonna need a flamethrower. Apia?
That means that it's my opportunity. to
Apia
bust
like
out my
takes out their
big
Bic
nerd
lighter
ass.
and clicks it for emphasis.
Not
Okay.
on company time.
So are we calling the office or are we just gonna burn it down? Like, what's the plan?
Someone call the office first.
I think
gonna
there are
go
people
back.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in business hours, there's people there.
Apia like puts their lighter away and says, "Yeah, I'm not really into killing innocent people."
I didn't suggest that.
Right, that's my thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'll call the office. Someone with empathy, please call the very distressed.
I think
Statement
that's
giver.
me.
Sure.
I think that's Maria.
Someone with empathy. Maria raising her hand. The rest of the office.
Like,
cricket.
I'm still a person.
The rest of the office is literally like,
This
Okay.
job
Apia
hasn't
hasn't been
been
a lot.
broken yet.
Apia hasn't been a person in a long time.
Right.
So
I mean,
Maria,
Alina is still a person. She's just old and bitter.
So Maria's going to call the office.
Oh, Maria's calling the office?
Yes.
No, we're
Okay.
gonna call her.
Right, because it's her office number. We don't have the office number. We
Yeah.
just have the.
You have her number
Right.
at her desk.
Her work
like,
number.
Oh yeah. So it's
Okay.
like
Yeah.
two birds, one stone.
yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. So I'll call. So I will call the desk.
It rings a few times, and then you hear someone sort of like flustered up. Hello, I'm very sorry. Nadia's out of the office this week, but I can transfer you to someone if I can help. If they can help.
Oh yeah. I'm from. There's a slight like panic on her face before she thinks of a fake. Joe's pest control. Nadia had called about a potential fridge cleaning situation. Do we know if that's still something that's necessary?
Oh, I'm not sure about that. I'm kind of new here. Do you want me to transfer you to Kelsey?
Sure.
Okay, I can do that. And there's like a moment of pause where you get transferred.
You guys
And
thought
then-
of a lie.
Congratulations. APA gives you
Do
a
you not
thumbs
lie
up.
often?
And we're all
Oh,
just like,
I'm sorry.
definitely.
Good for you.
Remember the time she just called and asked for the spiders? This is an improvement.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
did ask for the spiders.
It's a huge
Hello,
leap.
operator.
This is a
Get
big
me
step.
the spiders.
Operator, please connect me to the spiders.
We're moving
It
places.
takes a little
We're
bit.
going places.
In the way that like when you get transferred in an office, it always takes like whoever you're getting transferred to take us some time. And then hello, Railson Legal Firm. This is Kelsey speaking. How may I help you?
Hi, Nadia, your employee had called us last week to about a situation in the fridge. We do professional cleanings for those types of things. Is this still something that you're interested in?
We've sort of put the fridge out of commission for the moment. It stopped being cold. It's just not working anymore. So we're thinking perhaps eventually we might get it replaced, but right now it's just sort of mildly cool.
We do removals if that would be helpful.
What did you say your company was? I can note you down. I'm sorry. I do have a meeting with a client very soon.
Make
That's
up
okay.
a name.
The weird Joe's fridge repair.
Unplugs the phone from the base. It is just like,
And she gives the number for the institute.
Oh.
Would you like to
Oh.
roll tact for me?
Yes. I think my tact is actually good. Which, yeah.
Hello, is this the mushrooms? I like to file a complaint with the mushrooms.
Am I speaking to Mold?
is this mole?
I'd like to speak to the mold, please.
Okay, so that's an 8.
Okay.
Actually.
This is the CEO of Mold speaking.
You hear her like go, Okay, I've got your number down. Why don't I call you back in a little bit and we can discuss some terms?
Sure. Just since we did start by speaking to Nadia, do you know if she'll be in again soon?
I'm not sure. She left early on Thursday and then said she'd be taking some sick time and hasn't come back to us yet. We think she's not feeling well.
Well, I hope for a speedy recovery.
Thank you. We do too. It's very difficult without her around the office.
Hangs up.
Oh.
So Nadia took sick time before she had to clean the fridge again.
Okay, so we're definitely going to go to Nadia herself.
Do we have anything
We do
with
have
the
her
office?
number.
We have
No,
have
we do
her-
have her number.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah, you have her cell phone and her work phone.
Okay,
That
well,
was, I think it's
Can you
kind of
handle it?
tradition at this point that it's Alina, the one who calls
Yeah, the person,
The
the
victims.
statement giver.
the victims. I was
Yeah.
thinking of another word, but victims.
That's
Maria
how it
just-
usually goes.
silently hands over the phone like that was enough excitement for me.
Taking a nap now. I'm done with my work day. I'm clocking out.
I
Do
wish.
you want some tea?
9 a.m.
One phone call and I'm done.
Moon. That's me.
Me too, Maria.
Me too, Maria.
But yeah, are you gonna
We
call?
are all Maria.
Are you gonna call Nadia's phone?
Yeah, I'm going to call her phone.
You call, and it rings, and something picks up, but you can't hear it. It's very like garbled and staticky, and like the signal isn't coming through.
Oh, you said gargly, and I had so many images in my head that were unpleasant.
Yeah, it's so I can't describe the sound in words, but imagine you're listening to static, but like through Jello.
Ew.
Oh.
Alina will say, good morning. I'm calling from the Ravenwood Institute regarding your statement. Can you hear me?
Like it's not so much that there's no sound and no response, it's that it is sort of like whatever response is coming through is like incomprehensible, almost like almost but not quite the same as when like PbtA uses phones.
Right.
Like something is stopping the phone from really getting the messages through.
I say
Well, that's a bad
very
sign.
clearly, I enunciate very clearly, tap the phone receiver once for yes and two for no. Can you hear me?
A like slimy, staticky.
Yeah, Alina is like with her big ass rotary phone. I don't have it like close to me, but she
That's
goes,
fine.
she puts it like this and she looks at the group and she says, she's slime.
Rip to
What did you
her.
say?
She says it like completely like she's slime.
Okay, she's slime.
Should we go check on her?
Do we have her address?
She did not leave her address with the
Oh, fuck.
statement. You could maybe get it from the office, or you could stalk her on the internet.
I mean, I think that
That's me.
people, I think there's probably been some kind of complaint if she has neighbors. If one little Tupperware was enough to stink up a whole fridge, I can't imagine how her house smells.
Right.
Yeah, I guess you could look and see if anyone had like you could look and see if there were smell or sanitation complaints at any of like anywhere.
I'm gonna do that. And first, I'm going to actually. I always have a long process, but just trust that it's something that would make it easier. Triangulate it based on the phone number, like what the area code is and where she probably is, and then find all of the complexes in that area and look up the complexes first if she lives in a complex, because we don't even know, but that would be the easiest thing to find, and then see any complaints based on that. But before that, Vivian, while everyone is calling, Vivian goes and comes back in a plague nurse cone mask face thing and has extra petticoats and frills and super long evening gloves and is like, okay, I'm ready. Let's get to business. And then touching everything like, even though like nothing is really bad right now. But
I'm
it's just
so
like,
glad that
not...
Alina's office at the archive is just a closet.
Like, we are not doing this, not today. All of the things that could potentially be helpful are also aesthetic.
Why did
So
you
that's-
just have that?
Well, I have quite a few. This one's just the one I had here. I really like my other ones more. The Plague Doctor one, my high-waisted pinstripe black and white pants. But this will do for here.
Okay.
And then now she
Anyway.
comes
Very good.
back to do that.
I will say to the phone, we are going to try to help you, but we need your address. Try to email it to the institute so that we can go check on you. I
I don't
say
think she can
to
use
the
a
slime.
computer anymore.
Who knows?
No. What we can do, which would be kind of
You just
not
get
easy,
two
but-
taps for no.
Yeah,
You just get a
we're
weird
gonna-
gurgling sound.
Exactly. We can like find a place where she might be and be like, do you live east of here? Do you live west of here? And do yes, no with that. We can kind of play that game.
Right.
Can I roll to look for her on social media?
I guess. I mean,
I'm gonna do the.
That's
I
I'm
can
gonna
roll
do the
my
whole
weird
phone number and
deception
search
thing
thing.
and pretend to be like a concerned
kind
sibling.
of Vivian's. Vivian's
I-
pretty good at social media.
I have a
We
mimicry
could probably
thing.
do it.
I could call the office and pretend to be a concerned somebody trying to find her address.
That-
I
I
mean,
don't
I
know
think
that-
the
I feel like
trying
that
to
would be
find
weird.
her address through sort of approximation. If we know like the vague area through the
Yeah.
thing
If we
Vivian
get-
said,
If we get close
Yeah.
enough, we'll probably be able to smell it.
oh, I
Ew.
don't like that.
I don't like it
I
either, but
don't like that at all.
it's. I don't like
Let
a
me
lot
get
of
on that
things that
now.
happen here.
Sort of as you're like talking amidst yourselves, and the best way to find her address, the like staticky gurgling noise gets louder, and then the line cuts off.
Oh no.
well,
Okay.
we did everything we could. Let's call it a day. Go
Yeah.
go take a bath.
Okay,
Home.
I guess that's it.
Is that
No, but seriously, let's try to
okay?
find this person.
Yeah, no. I'll get started based on her phone number and then see any complaints on complexes and just kind of get a general list of all the residential areas. And then maybe even triangulate it based on which one's closest to her work. This is going to kind of take a long time. This would probably take like an hour to 2 hours.
You can roll thought or power for me. APO, while Vivian is doing research, do you want to just call the office, see if you can get it faster than her? Or
I
no?
don't
Yeah,
know what
yeah.
I would like, who I would pretend to be over the
Also,
phone though, because
I
I
don't
need.
think
I
Thea
would
can
need to
use
have.
phones.
Yeah, I
Someone
also
else could
can't-
hold the phone.
That's true.
Might be a little
Somebody
close.
else would have to hold the phone, and I'd have to talk through it, and it'd probably sound weird. But like, I'd have to be close enough to her to like have a reason to call, but also close enough that I wouldn't know where. But also distant enough that I wouldn't know where she lives. So I don't
Maybe
know how
we could
that's
just-
gonna work.
Maybe we could check the archive, see if this has happened before.
I don't think
That's
that's really
good.
gonna work.
Okay.
I guess I could pretend. I could pretend to be the police. Like,
Why
I
would-
could pretend to be the authorities. Like, hey, we've gotten a concerned call about one of your employees, and we can't find her address. Please help. And
Oh,
just hope to
can
God that works.
can we work together and I use my two?
Yeah, if you wanted to.
Okay, I'm using my 3.
Okay.
Let's do that. By the way, I
Okay.
got a 10 on the roll, but I feel like this is going to be shorter, so we can do this first.
And then you can
Hold
use
on, I
yours
gotta
to
get
find
another
out some other
piece.
information.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so what should I roll to pretend to be a pig or some sort of authority?
Move.
Power?
How is it? Do you have to roll to mimic or no?
I don't know. It just you have to. Oh yeah, roll plus power.
Yeah.
Why do
But
they
also
even
like to see if this works.
why do they even have
Can
to
we
mimic?
give each other advantage?
Cops can be anybody.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. You're not becoming a specific person. You are just like calling as the cops TM, and like changing
Yeah,
your.
but I want to disguise my voice, even
Yeah,
if
so
just to
So
make
because-
myself sound like an important white man.
Yeah. So because you're switching your voice, roll power, it won't be as high of a threshold as like looking like a cop in public, essentially.
All right. First one is a 6. Second one is a 5, and my power is +1, so that's a 12.
Holy shit!
Let's go.
You are a pig now.
I transform into a pig. Yeah, so I sound what I'm going for, by the way, is I'm going for a middle-aged like white man, like with like kind of like authoritative dad energy.
Cool. Scary. The
Yeah.
scariest thing we've ever had on this show.
Right.
And so I want to apologize publicly for pretending to be a police officer, a cab. Just
Yeah.
gotta put that out there.
ACAB. Just to be clear.
ACAB.
Just to be clear, fuck
ACAB,
cops.
just so we know.
We
Uh,
are all hating police.
We are all hate the police. And then Ari, are you going to like project knowledge to APO while they do this?
I think I might try to. Can I use my one as well and try to like be another cop and be like, hey, or can I? I don't think I can do that through them, or I'd have to do it myself.
You would have to be a second cop. Like you would have to. It has to be like you.
Okay, we're going to do a team interrogation, good cop, bad cop style. I'll be.
I don't think we need to go that
Good
far.
I mean, if you don't get it immediately, I think
Okay.
we can work.
I'll introduce you as my
Right.
like my police partner and say
Right.
like
If they start giving you
I've got
some
my
pushback.
police partner
This
with
is-
me on the phone.
A very elaborate role play scenario that we're
I'm role playing inside a role play. This is a Russian nesting doll of role plays. It's tabletop RPG all the way down.
I don't think it'll be necessary, but if so, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to get what we need.
Before you make the phone call, Candy is going to write a series of numbers, like 3 series of numbers, and she's just gonna say badge number, case number, precinct number.
Cool.
We all
Thank
need
you.
a smart one.
this
Everyone
is
needs a smart one.
this is advanced role play.
I
It
do
takes
this a
a lot of
lot.
work to be that racist.
It takes a lot of
Maria
lot of
just
groundwork.
like, maybe I should have come up with and written down a pest control company before calling.
Do you need lessons in lying? I can help you with that.
Most of
office is-
AP's moves.
We're
Good to
just
see that
Most
the
of
London
AP's
office is
moves
as much
are
into
just
crime as us.
Sorry, that was a lot of sound at once. What happened?
I was just gonna say that most of AP's moves are essentially lying.
What did you
Let's-
say, Ro?
I said, good to see that the London office is as much into crime as we are.
You know, it's part of the job.
Rhyme.
All right, so you're calling the office again? You do know the law firm's name now, so you could Google the like main desk number and not call Nadia's desk and be
Yes.
transferred.
Yeah, that's
I think that would be the best thing.
legacy.
Hmm?
Legacy.
Yeah. And the same sort of bubbly voice that the person answers the desk and is like, "Hello, Legacy Law Firm. This is Rose speaking. How may I help you?"
Apia kind of like shakes out their hands a little bit and like puts their like or somebody else has to hold the phone for them.
Yeah, someone else is holding the
They
phone.
can't touch the phone. They can't.
I'm holding
they have
the
to
phone.
be very careful not to touch the phone. Just saying, hello. This is Officer Holt. I am a police officer with the precinct. Lists out the precinct number. We got a concerned report about someone who we know works at your office. Nadia, and then
Garib is her last name.
Yeah. And we were wondering if you had her address on file, since we can't seem to find it. She seems to be very secretive.
Oh, yes, we probably do. Is everything all right?
Yes, we just got a concerned call from a family member that she wasn't in a great space mentally, and we need to do a wellness check. So,
would you roll tact with a +1 for me? So, like, add 1 to whatever your normal tact roll would be.
oh fuck. Oh damn. Okay. I got a 5. That didn't work. That really did not work. I probably just fuzzed out the phone on accident, honestly.
Low key.
It sort of like there's a weird sort of like crackling sound, and she says, I'm not entirely sure I can give you that information over the phone, but you're welcome to come in and like we could give it to you in person.
Do we want to do that? I can disguise myself as a police officer.
If
Okay.
it's the only, we could just Google her. We could just let Vivian do her Google thing.
We'll try. Do you want to try
This.
me asking her once, right quick, and if she still doesn't, then we just try Googling her and move on.
You did get a 10
right.
for the Google roll.
Yeah, that was pretty good. So it should be okay. But we'll see this because any more information would be good. But I'm gonna lean
switch
in.
phones, I guess, or switch to the.
You can hold the phone. You're allowed to hold the phone.
You can actually hold the phone. You're allowed to hold the phone. Ever since leveling up, APA has gotten like 50% worse at technology, which is like they weren't great at it to begin with.
Vivian very carefully keeps the phone outside of APA's circumference, doesn't just pull it so it doesn't get there.
My personal bubble of bad.
Literally, let me make sure that we don't drop this call.
My personal EM field.
EMP field. And Vivian goes, "Hello, Rose. This is Officer Sanchez. What the badge number?
Yeah.
List off the badge number.
Yeah.
And, starts using the 1. We know that it's usually against protocol, but we do have probable cause and reasonable suspicion to believe that something negative might have happened to Nadia in the situation. If we do have to come in, then we will, but it would be the safest and the most efficient for us to do this right now. I understand if you can't, but if you could." And this whole time, assertive, but nice, still using 1. And let me roll.
Yeah, I'm like, it's a power roll, right?
Yep.
The nicest cop I ever
Do I
heard
have
in
any
my
advantage?
life.
I don't have advantage or anything, right?
Nicest cop still.
You have.
Nicest
You
cop
have a
still
+1
trying to get
because
around
you have
protocol.
Like she does think you are police officers.
Okay, so I do still have that +1.
Because of my amazing white man impression.
Oh, I also
Exactly.
got a dirty 12.
Ooh, fuck yeah.
So we're going.
We have communicated the danger.
It's sort of like when you use this ability, it's sort of a rush for you to experience it's kind of like winning at sports is the best way I could possibly explain it.
The IRL.
It's like you get through to a person and you get the information out of them, and it's like it feeds you a little bit. It feels very good. And there's a moment of pause, and she goes, "Oh, that's true. I'm sorry. I should have just told you." And she rattles off an address, and she says, "And please call us if you find anything out about about Nadia. We are a little worried. She's been out sick for almost a week.
No need to apologize. We understand completely. You know, I used to work in the service sector as well and got suspicious and random things going on. Very weird. We will call you back. Is this a good contact number? Will you be here by later today? Because I feel like we will definitely be done in the next few hours.
Yes, the office closes at 4.
All right, we'll definitely let you know by then. Remember, this is Officers Holt and Sanchez, and list off the badge numbers really fast so she can't remember. And it's like, it will definitely get back in contact with you about Nadia. Thanks so much. It just hangs up real fast. Like, no, don't even let her say bye.
Bonk. Yep.
Boom.
Incredible.
Like, all right. I think we have what we need. Put the plague nurse mask back on.
Do we have, Damien, do we have medical gloves?
Oh, yeah, we getting all that.
Some
tweezers, vials,
PPE.
everything.
We don't have full plague doctor outfits like Vivian has brought from home.
No, I don't think we have hazmat suits, but
maybe we could get ponchos on the way.
We do have gloves and protective face coverings and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That you can use. We've not dealt maybe with this sort of thing before, but similar situations.
Yeah. Vivian's an OG. She has potpourri in her plague nurse mask. It smells good. Traditional, but a mask underneath that, obviously, because
a real mask, yeah.
Mask under that.
Yeah, you can all get like those like the surgical gloves that go up to about here, and are like fitted so that they don't let anything in.
If Candy
if Alina is going into a place with mold,
PbtA wants to like pull out a different trench coat out of their desk because they like this one.
That's very fair.
They take off a couple layers of clothing and replace it with ones that they don't care about that much. And by that I mean you watch them take off a trench coat, and then there's a hoodie underneath, and they take that off, and then there's a sweatshirt underneath that, and they take that off, and then they replace those 3 layers.
Do you all just keep clothing changes here?
I frequently
Is
end up
that not
covered in
something
ash
you
and
do?
blood. I frequently end up covered in ash and blood. I need to keep a change of clothes.
And I just need to look fabulous, so.
I sleep here sometimes.
I have an extra sweater because it gets cold sometimes in here.
You're very sweet. How long have you worked here?
Not long.
Like 3 months.
Like two months, I think.
Yeah.
3.
Tried to quit,
maybe
but
4 as of
didn't
this
work.
last section.
Yeah, of course it doesn't work.
So are we all going, or just some of us going, and the other ones are Joe's pest control or something?
I think we can all go.
That is true. Maria, did you give them the Institute's phone number or your phone number?
I gave them the Institute's phone number.
Cool.
Right.
So if they call looking for... Well, first I said that it was pest control, then I said it was fridge repair.
Fridge repair?
It's the combination Joe's pest control and fridge repair.
I meant the pest control, I meant the fridge repair, I meant the combination pest control fridge repair.
You did say it to 2 different people.
That's true. Maybe they won't notice. Maybe they don't talk.
Also, maybe we can just not pick up if they call.
No, if they call, then we should know if they want the fridge gone, because I think we probably want the fridge, at least to set it on fire.
Maybe.
Get rid of it.
At least to investigate it at the very least. So, I want to go to Nadia's house because 1, I can drive, and 2, I'm very interested. Maria, clearly you do not. So if you stayed back and answered the phone maybe with one other person, and then you could go to the office and actually investigate the refrigerator if you wanted to.
Okay.
I think I should go to see the statement keeper.
I'm also
Okay.
going to see the statement giver.
Wait,
All right.
are you all gonna go off and do something awful without me again?
Probably.
Maybe.
We can do something awful here if you want.
I'll come.
It'll be fun.
And take a group trip to
They
the slime
already
house.
dragged me to a cult. This can't be that much
We did
worse.
do that.
We didn't drag you. You
There was a lot of peer pressure involved, and I caved.
Which
There
cult?
was.
The darkness one.
Yeah.
Do you investigate a lot of cults?
Yes? Do you not?
We do.
Well, not her.
I see.
Candy,
So
you should come with
Maria-
us. This is honestly like the weirdest case we've probably dealt with regards to our skill set. I haven't been here as long as Alina, but it's definitely
no one has.
on the weird side.
No one has. True.
I think you should come with us. It would be fun.
I'm happy to come. I just wasn't sure if I was going to be breaking up the party.
Oh no.
No. I go where they do.
And I stay here.
You're this. That's why you're the boss.
I
That
was gonna
is
say
your
something
role.
about cannon fodder, but it was kind of mean.
Well, if something attacks the archive, I'll be the first to know.
Yeah. So
And we'll have
before
the
we
answer as Joe's pest control / refrigerator repair.
Yep, that's me. I'm Joe. I refrigerate.
There we go.
You're Joe Pest Control.
Refrigerator show.
Damien
First
says
name
this.
Joe. First name Joe, last name Pest Control.
Damien says this straight faced. Yeah, I'm Joe Pest Control and I refrigerate.
Wow, you're a really good actor.
Thank you. It's what my degree is
right.
not in.
I think we have a little plan here. A little something, something.
Yeah. It's about halfway through. Do you want to take a break before you go and visit the slime house?
Let's
I think
do
it's
it.
a good time.
All right, let's take a quick break, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes for the second half of episode 4.
Woo!
Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the second half of our case today. A reminder that our content warnings are mold, rot, unsanitary, descriptions of raw and rotten food, and descriptions of dermatillomania and other compulsive picking behaviors. And our investigators are going to investigate the slime house, so if unsanitary living conditions are not your cup of tea, just be prepared for that. When we left our investigators, they were making their plans to investigate the slime house.
Slime house.
So, before getting into the car, Maria has found the garbage bags and made a little poncho out of one.
Nice.
It's not fashionable at all, but she feels protected.
Candy has also made a poncho out of garbage bags. Hers is fashionable.
Yeah.
And Cheshire is in one of those little cat backpacks with the window, so he can look out.
Oh!
I think
We love
as
those.
you're packing the cat up, and Damien's like, does he come with you to investigate?
Well,
That cat.
this time he will, because he doesn't know this place. If we were at our archive, he stays at our archive. He likes to sit in boxes.
Okay, that's fair. Well, if he needs to stay here, I promise I will watch him. But if you want
We
to,
have
do you-
boxes too.
Do you want him to stay here?
I don't mind. Should I not want your cat to stay here? I'm confused.
No, I'm just asking. If you want, some people just want to spend time with a cat.
I would not be opposed to a cat being here, but if you want him to come with you, he can come with you.
She'll put the backpack down and open it up and see what he decides to do.
I mean, Cheshire is your.
I don't know. I was like, I don't know if you want me to do that or if you want to do that.
No, Cheshire is your emotional support animal. You can decide what Cheshire does.
He will slink out of the bag and go and find a box, and he fits perfectly.
He sits.
I will keep good watch over him, I promise.
His food is in the bag, in case we die.
Right. Well, please don't. Good luck. Don't come. He pauses for a second. Like, if you touch the slime, go to the special cases wing of the hospital before you come back here.
Apia just out of the hospital, back into the hospital.
can also bring
I
a straw with us.
This is one case that I won't touch.
Good.
Thanks.
Just this one.
Just this one. Got any
Thanks
more
for
haunted
doing
things?
us that kindness.
I'll put my gay little hands all over them, but
Not this time.
But yeah, so you can all hop into the
Vivian's-
mystery machine.
Vivian's driving this time.
I gotta look pretty. I'm too busy.
Oh, I guess
I
I'm
got
driving.
this mask on. I can't see out the side view mirror.
Okay,
in
I'm
this mask.
driving. I
I'll get us killed.
We've got two
Pretty-
drivers.
pretty sure they only hired me for my driver's license.
That's fair. We don't ever need them because we don't really drive.
Well, things are different here.
Positive,
Horribly so.
well-structured infrastructure. Well-designed.
All right,
Yes.
you have
So
like
anything
I
cube.
could. Apia says I could drive, but
No.
the government doesn't recognize that I
No.
legally exist.
I think you might
everyone-
break the
everyone just, like-
car. There's computers in cars now.
They put computers in cars.
They put computers in cars.
That seems stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they put computers in everything.
So does anything
Basically.
interesting happen on the way to the slime house?
Do any of you do anything interesting? Because nothing happens like in the car.
I don't know. Maybe
Apia pulls a full cup of coffee out of their coat and just drinks it.
Sick.
Maria keeps her eyes on the road.
Good.
Vivian's just gonna distribute out the medical supplies. She has an additional pouch, the kind that goes around your waist and it sits on your lower back, like on your butt. That kind.
Fanny pack.
And it's really cute. Yeah, kind of, but like, like
Cute.
big, like very deep and has a lot of stuff in it. Like a whole first aid kit, and distributes all the little, if you need swabs, if you need extra gloves in case your gloves break, all that crap, so that if we get split up, nobody's just exposed
Yeah.
to the
Maria's just
Well-
double bagged in her incredibly ugly trash can poncho.
You can put that on once we get there, dear.
Kind of charming. So we get to the apartment.
Alina will get some oxygen in the mask, in preparation for entering the mold house. She already hates this day and this case.
Apia like takes a handkerchief out of their pocket and ties it around their face.
We have masks.
So they have their like scarf that they wear and they tied it around their head, and then they have a like bandana over their face. So all you can really see are their eyes. Because they don't really want to have all this in there.
Do we know if it's like a house or is it a flat or is it
It's an apartment.
Okay.
We don't have flats here.
Harder. Harder to burn down then.
Yeah.
don't know
we're
how
pretty we're pretty talented. Well, Apia is.
Apia
We're trying to
like
burn
nods.
somebody's house. That's not
so-
that's not the goal.
Is everybody going in?
So this
Fine.
is an apartment, right?
Yes.
I am.
Yeah. Is
Yes.
anyone not going in?
I'm already here.
I'm in the back, but I'll go in.
Yeah. Viv's in the front. Viv's like, this is interesting.
All
So
right. You make
our
your way into the apartment complex. And
Am I correct? Can we smell it from a distance?
you will be able to smell it. I was about to get into that description.
Woo!
You like in the second floor hallway. So you take the elevator up in the second floor hallway that Nadia lives on. There's like a weird sort of like stale smell, like when air hasn't been circulated very well at the end of the hallway, like where you are. But the further you get into the hallway, that stale smell sort of turns into like the sickly sweet smell of like not something rotting directly in front of you, but like if you've ever had something like kind of like be rotted, like again, like in a fridge and you're in the kitchen that fridge is in, like that kind of like
Yeah.
you can't like pinpoint it, but it is there. And you stop at the in front of her door, and like there is you know how doors in apartments are like painted with like they're like really shitty wood and then they're painted like a color. The like paint at the bottom is kind of like bubbled because something liquid has gotten up underneath it. And the paint itself is green, but the bit at the bottom is kind of a weird green brown. And you do notice when you're looking at it that the doorknob itself also looks like tarnished. Like the doorknobs here are all kind of a like not real brass, and this one's kind of a tarnished brass.
Oh, ew, 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 ew.
I don't like it here.
Out of character, I'm grossed out, but Vivian is super into this stuff. Where she's from is all kind of nastiness. She used to always get spell components from the abyss and the gunk in the swamp. So she's into it, but me, this is nasty. But she's like, but that's
Neither
also
me
why she has
nor Avia is particularly bothered by this. I tend to write and read really gross shit, so I'm not that bothered by this.
I'm grossed out because this reminds me of my last apartment, and
not the trauma.
But Alina is more or less, it's more annoyed than anything because it's uncomfortable to be around mold with her issues, like her
with her
breathing
asthma
issues.
stuff, right?
So yeah. So she's more annoyed than actually like gross out. She's pretty about it.
Candy is really grossed out. But she'll double glove and then kind of reach forward around everybody, I guess, because she's that tall, and turn the doorknob.
All right.
It puts up a bit of resistance.
I think it's better to knock on the door rather than trying to open it.
It's not locked.
How do you know?
Oh, doors are never locked.
No, it's putting up resistance. This door might.
It's fighting. Oh, I have to. Yeah, it's not anymore. I'm gonna pay that price.
Okay.
Sick. Thanks.
I want this to be over with as quickly as possible.
Do you want to describe it, or do you want me to describe it?
I'll let you describe it.
Okay. So all of you watch as Candy sort of like sneaks between you all and reaches with her double gloves on up to their elbows to grab the doorknob, and like they jingle it and it doesn't open because it's locked. And there's like a moment of frustration on her face. And then you all sort of watch as like bits of Candy sort of like glitch out a little bit. And for a second, her hair is brighter and harder to look at. And for a second, you're certain her eyes might be different colors. And their hands are a little too long and they're taller than usual. And then that all fades back and gets sucked back in and the door clicks open.
Okay.
Okay.
Like I said, doors are never locked.
I say into the apartment. How is the apartment inside?
Opening the door releases quite a smell. It smells like when you open a fridge that like frat boys have left unattended for like 6 weeks. Like rotten food and like also like stale like air and like the odor of like space that doesn't get air very often sort of thing. Like that sort of combination. And like that smell sort of seeps out the door. And the lights are off, but it's not quite nighttime, so you can see from the light that's coming in from like the curtains and stuff. There's a lot of like clutter lying around the apartment that seems to have sort of like just kind of like fallen from shelves and like not been knocked around. Like it's not like like clutter isn't like there isn't like a pattern for clutter in general, but it doesn't look like someone came home and like left their bag on the floor or like put their clothes somewhere. It's more of like the things have just started sort of like piling up in corners and in places where like they might not belong. And even without like really strong vision, you can tell that there is like a layer of mold and spores and slime that appears to be covering a lot of surfaces.
I don't like it here.
This is the worst
Yeah.
place I've ever been in.
Maria can feel not just every hair standing on her end, but she can also feel her food being digested. She's just like, ugh, everything is terrible right now.
Alina will produce a bottle of perfume, of old lady perfume, and just spray it directly in her mask.
Can I get some of that too?
Sure, and she sprays you in the face.
Now you smell like old lady and mold.
Avia has decided that they just want to smell like mold and is gonna pass.
Right, because the old lady smell will never leave you.
Yeah, I just like also I don't want those two things to combine together. I feel like that's just terrible.
And Alina will say into the apartment, Miss Garib, we're with the Ravenwood Institute. Are you home? Door was unlocked.
You don't hear anything.
All right, let's search the apartment.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find a bedroom, maybe.
Okay. It's not a particular. So you enter. You're all wearing gloves, so you don't have to worry about like touching.
Can we be wearing those thingies for the feet? The like gloves for feet?
Yes, like the weird like little like
galoshes.
Boot shoes.
Yeah, the booties.
Shoes for your shoes.
Boot shoes.
They're called
Shoes, yeah,
shoes and
like socks for shoes.
They're called
Galoshes.
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 Goulashes are something else. They're boots, but they're like rubber boots.
They go over. Okay.
Kinda,
you can
basically.
have the things that go over boots. I don't know what they're called.
Alina will lift a little bit of her dress and walk in. Like with her dress in her hands.
Yeah,
that's fair.
Vivian is going to follow closely because we don't want a repeat of anything. It's just going to duck under the doorway.
That.
Don't touch anything, please.
Yeah, so I was looking for the bedroom.
Start opening doors. I'm gonna just start opening doors.
There are a couple of doors. There's like a hall closet door. There's the bedroom door, which Maria is going for, and then there's a third door, probably to a bathroom.
I'm gonna look in the bathroom. What's going on in the bathroom?
All right, I will do Maria first. Mm-hmm. You open the door to the bedroom. You get to the door to the bedroom rather, and it, comparatively to the rest of the space, looks relatively clean. Like the door looks cleaner than the other doors.
I like that.
And when you gingerly open it and like push the door open, you can see that the like rot is getting into this room from underneath the door, presumably, but it hasn't sort of overtaken this space in the same way that it's overtaken a lot of the apartment.
Nadia, you in here?
There is no response.
Okay. I think the bedroom's clean-ish.
Think clean.
Clean? Question mark?
Put a pin in clean.
Anyway, so she's gonna go try to catch up with Avia in the bathroom.
Sort of in stark contrast, the bathroom door looks horrible. It is rotted and like visibly slimy, like you can see the like bits dripping like down it. It's like visibly slick, and the like mold spores that are growing out of parts of it and around the hinges.
All right, I'm gonna just give the door a push.
Yep. Imagine a horrible,
He's gonna
terrible
get a break.
squelching sound as you open this door.
Nice.
This is
and
bad.
and you open it, and there's like just sort of like nests of slime and worms that are wriggling in the slime,
Not the
piled up
worm.
like on the floor and the counters and things. Like it's just kind of like a brownish gray slimy goo with worms crawling in and out of it. And there is the shower is running, and it is very steamy in here.
Is the slime in the shower?
You can't quite tell because the shower curtain is drawn. There is like a residue on the shower curtain.
All right, I am going to call out into the room, like, Nadia. Also, wait, Nadia, you can, if you can see any of Apia's hair, it's turned like red and curly.
Ooh.
And their eyes are like a vivid, like almost purplish color.
Are you mimicking a specific person?
You don't know.
Okay.
And
Maria has red curly hair, which is why I asked.
Yeah, no. Just calls out, Nadia, are you here?
They're like from further within the bathroom, you hear not so much a voice as like a rasping, just like a
All right, I'm going to pull back the shower curtain. Sorry to invade Nadia's privacy, but I'm going to pull back the shower curtain.
Pretty reasonable at this point, honestly.
Inside the bathtub, curled up like very tight, kind of like imagine the scene in Howl's Moving Castle where he exudes slime, but instead of being kind of cool, it's gross. Like it's not a clear slime, it's like a like murky ooze that's sort of like sloughing off of Nadia. From where she is like curled up in the tub, and she is like aggressively like scraping at her arms and like picking at her skin and scrubbing as this hot water like falls over her, and like she's trying to get all the slime off of her, but she can't keep up with how fast it is just like coming.
Okay. Out of character. I don't know how or if we're gonna be able to save her, because this is a lot.
We just pour salt on her.
I have a thought, but
Apia like kind of leaves the water on and turns to Maria and says, I don't know if we can save her. I don't know if she's still in there.
I'm thinking. I think I might just make it worse. So.
Did you inform the rest of the group that you found her?
Yeah, gonna while you're thinking, I'm gonna go out into the hallway and tell you guys that we found her, that she's in the bathroom.
How bad is it?
It's not good. It doesn't look good.
Oh.
I'm gonna go kind of kneel next to the bathtub. You're trying to get it off your skin. It's not gonna work. It's deeper than that. You need to find where it's coming from. You need to get it out from there.
It, like, for, like, Nadia's not like, it's almost as if, like, she doesn't totally notice you at first.
Yeah.
Because she's so sort of absorbed in trying to get it off of her skin.
Yeah.
But then when she hears the words, like, inside of you,
Yeah.
she, like, her head, like, slides over, and, like, you can see the, like the fear in her face, as she's still, like, picking at her skin and, like, scrubbing with, like, one of those, like, scrub brushes, and, like, she can't really talk when she opens her mouth, just kind of, like, stuff, like, out of the corners of her mouth, like, there's just kind of, like, ooze and, like, crusted slime.
May I roll plus power to extend my own body awareness to the point that she can feel the difference between the slime and her own self?
Yeah,
Inside of her.
You can do
that's
that.
literally what I was going to ask. I was like, I feel like this might I feel like, and not to barrel, just to, because we're probably all in the same area, just to explain, I feel like the only thing we can really, really do is create some sort of mental or emotional distance and grounding here. That's really all that can happen.
I want her to feel the exact bound. I want her to feel exactly where her body ends and the mold begins, so she can excise it from the inside, with the possible side effect of making her skin picking significantly worse.
Yeah. Yep, you can go ahead and roll power. This is...
Can I help her? Like, help her channel herself and give her a plus?
I got a 9.
This is... I'll say this is essentially a face your fear roll, so, like, not quite, but, like, essentially. You don't need to help her. I mean,
okay.
Oh yeah, that was with my -1 modifier, so.
Nice.
I mean, with help, that could be a 10, which is...
I feel like...
I would say, like, unless you know what Maria is doing, I don't think you can quite necessarily help.
I think this is a solo thing. Even she doesn't really know what she's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I will give you a choice with your partial success. It can cost you, like, something, and by that I mean, like, you will have to sort of take on some of the experience that she's feeling to get through to her. You will have to, like, sort of get through the mold as well, and thus like, sort of infect yourself and then have to seek help.
It's slime.
Or it's slime. Or you can turn to your entity, even though you don't really have a particularly strong connection to it, and sort of listen to the call inside of you and burn a humanity to get through to her.
Let's get slimed. I'm not ready to lose a humanity.
Slimed.
Let's get slimed.
So you're sort of, like, projecting your body awareness out, and in doing so, you are experiencing the bodies that are around you, and you can sort of, like, ignore your teammates. They're there. Yeah. You know that they're there, and you felt their bodies enough before that you can, like, block them out.
They're background noise to me.
Yeah. Candy's a little strange, but if you ignore that, there's definitely something a lot more strange in the room. And you, like, it is a visceral, deep down, marrow deep disgust that you feel as you sort of, like, push through this layer of slime, and, like, it feels like you're coated in slime even if you're not. But you get through to that, and you do, like sort of coax Nadia into, like, being able to define, like, oh, like, I do still have skin. And, like, you watch as she sort of, like, grabs a, like, scrub brush and begins to, like, aggressively scrub at the tips of her fingers. And that part of her appears to no longer be exuding slime as it starts to slowly kind of like fade away down her arms, and and as she's like scrubbing, and like her hands are bleeding, but
Yeah.
the slime that's coming from
It's
her
worth it.
is pulling back. But you look down at your hands and you can see little rings of red appearing on the backs of your hands.
I come out of the bathroom. I touched it.
Oh.
I touched
Touched
it.
Oh, my captions.
Oh dear.
Somebody touch Maria.
I think it worked on. I think Nadia's okay. But I touched it.
Okay.
I
My
don't like
turn.
it here.
Yuck.
We are going to. I'm gonna do one thing, and then I think we need to bounce. I don't know what anyone else's opinions are, but I'm gonna walk in the bathroom and also attempt to face my fear in order to learn information only a god could know about specifically how any of us could influence this at all and what we would have to do.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. I think that's power to
That's power.
to get in touch with your patron.
And then, okay, that's a 10. Okay.
Okay, so you get to choose
That's
a result
passing.
without consequence. Congratulations.
That
But yeah, so you're learning information that only your god could know. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
So-
I couldn't do any. Wait. I was thinking this, but I felt like it might be like too abstract. I was thinking do something extraordinary, and like how with Alina when she was like getting trapped in an extra dimensional plane, I like basically grounded her. Can I like try to do that?
You could try, like you could try to use your
Isn't
ability to sort of
Isn't
step
that kind
into.
of what Maria already did?
Yeah, that would
Kind
just
of.
that would be exactly sort of the same as what Maria did, because like she is aware that there is a space between her skin and the mold now. It's just a matter of like you should probably get her to do to a doctor.
Okay. Well, then I'm just gonna learn something only a god could know about, like how to stop it, or how to stop it being painful, or how to stop it from spreading. Literally any information about this that we wouldn't be able to figure out normally.
Yeah. So sort of you enter the room and you sort of like shift into another like state of existence. And like anyone who looks close enough would see that like there's like something odd behind your eyes while you're looking around. And you can see the like tendrils that stretch out from this like center point of the bathtub out of the bathroom into the rest of the apartment, and you can see the ghost of like fingerprints wherever any of that mold is growing from, and like the detritus is spreading from. You see the ghosts of where her fingers touched, and how anything that touched her fingertips is like spreading that influence outwards. And you can also see that like her hands now are clean, and as like she's scrubbing and working her way down, like the rest of her is slowly cleaning. But you can also see that like there is sort of like a similar like whenever you look at Maria, you are aware of your skin, and now that same awareness sort of slides into you, and you can see and feel what sort of Nadia is feeling, and you for a moment experience the like disgust and the horror and the like worry of being outside of your own body and out of control, and then also the like grounding notion that these are your hands and this is your skin and this is your body. And like you experience all of those sensations as if you were her. And the knowledge that it presents you with is that whatever this is, it spreads by contact with like organic material, whether it be food or human touch or something like that. So keeping it away from other like organic things would stop it from spreading. And that as long as Nadia is like taken care of, there is a chance that she will like be okay. But you can tell from the like energy around her that she has been irrevocably like marked by this.
Okay, yeah. I'm thinking
We need to get her out of here. We need to burn this.
Yeah, I relayed that
I
to
agree.
everyone.
I don't know how we're gonna burn just
Candy.
the apartment, but we need to figure out how to do that.
I was literally about to say, is there some way that you can control where the damage goes and where everything is? Can you do something like that, or even
if
get
I
us
had taken a different desolation move, I could have, but I didn't.
I think
sad about that.
I think this will need cleaning by, let's say, a professional crew.
Yeah.
The kind
Joe's
of people
pest
that you're
control.
holding for.
Joe's pest control. I refrigerate.
Here's the thing. I was actually thinking about the same thing that you just told Vivian. Like what Alina's experience would tell her about the thing, the gods. So I think we're done, or rather, I think we as a group are done here. But Alina needs to talk to Nadia in private. And I will communicate that to the group. I will say, I think we're done here. Go back to the car. I will be there shortly.
We got to get her out of here. Do you think
we need to
take her?
We need to get her out of here.
Where? To a hospital where this can spread?
Well, and then I'll relay about its spread through organic contact. I think, and this might be kind of creepy, but if there's some way we can maybe like not wrap her up, but like I'm literally not exposed. My body is not physically exposed right now. So if I have a sheet, like a blanket in my bag, I can wrap her up and then carry her with the shower curtain out, and we can like get her out of here. I think we can actually like take her to the hospital with us.
Does concrete count as an organic material? Because we could just like get her out of here and lay her like on the ground outside until like, because it seems like she is fighting this. So until it passes.
Without a measure of control, it's pointless to take her now to a hospital. Her life isn't in danger currently, but she could endanger others. So let me talk to her. Go on ahead to the car, and I'll see how this proceeds.
PbtA isn't leaving you because they're fairly certain, like they're not sure that you're not going to kill her. And they don't want to leave.
Yeah.
I'm not going to kill her.
Non-confrontational. She'll convey what she saw and how it is very physically healing itself, and at the same time Maria is like taking it on. Maria very effectively transferred it, and it is actively like doing its thing. So
Maria has not heard a single word anybody has said since coming out of the bathroom. She's like
very possible, very real.
Warning for skin picking, and also like potentially, but not really self-harm. The little like sores that appeared on her hands, she is already like torn them open, and her hands are bleeding as she is like, get it out of me, get it off 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 me. Like, she is not doing great. And I think I might actually take a harm because that's what makes most sense to me.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
know,
that's
like,
reasonable.
I'm going to like I'm wearing gloves.
Yeah.
And I would like to come up to Maria and like very carefully like grab your arms to like keep you from hurting yourself and look at you like in the eyes and say like, it's going to be okay. Just stay still. Think about yourself, where you are. Focus on yourself.
I can feel
Your
it
body.
crawling under my skin.
It's going to be okay.
I can feel it
Maria, can
inside
Vivian,
of me.
Vivian, can you take Maria outside of the apartment? Because this is clearly not ideal.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
going to go out of the apartment with Maria. And
Definitely.
yeah, just like I'm gonna say like it's
I can feel every tendril of it crawling under my skin.
We're gonna take Maria back up to the car. I'm gonna try to. She'll probably be fighting, but try to like re-bandage her to at least to the extent that she's not fighting back. And the whole time, like literally the whole time, just use my two, and like only talk to her by using my two to try to like keep her.
Yeah.
So that she's not focusing on other things.
Yeah. So essentially, you're. Oh, I'm gonna say something. So essentially, you're hearing Vivian in your head as opposed to like out loud. What were you gonna say?
Scary.
I wanted to try once we got her outside. I think I want to try.
Sorry, are you going out too with Maria?
I will step outside the apartment, but Candy doesn't want to leave. She does not trust this situation.
Apia wasn't going to leave, and then they saw how like freaked out Maria was and was like, they need me more. Like, I care about Maria more than I do this stranger, so I'm going with Maria, basically.
But yeah, I want to roll like a face your fear, and what I'm trying to do is essentially build almost like a static shield around Maria so that she can kind of realize that it's not her actual skin crawling and that she is like outside, essentially like removing that irrational fear.
But is it not actually a mold crawling under her skin?
Oh, that's fair.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, like it's something that's
it is
actually happening.
Yeah.
And it's something that Maria would have the ability to feel.
Yeah.
Then I can help you. I'm just gonna stay in the apartment.
Yeah, Maria is currently physically marked by the corruption, and will need to like
have an exorcism.
Seek an exorcism.
I can't do anything about that.
So Vivian's just literally just gonna keep saying positive affirmation things psychically just to be grounded and not create more like auditory and physical distractions.
I love Vivian.
As we as we are leaving.
Okay.
Get it. It is happening. It is traveling through my body, and every second there's more of it.
Scratching yourself. Scratching
far
yourself.
away from
I know
here
that it
as
feels
possible.
better, but it's not going to help. We need to get you to the hospital. It's going to be okay.
If you recall, there is like a unit at the hospital that's kind of used to weird shit. It's where Apia went when their arms were kind of waxy. So the Institute does have a relationship with a hospital, and there are doctors who might have a way to fix that.
I have a question. Would I be able to expel this using my second move?
Yes. You could, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Keep that in my back pocket for a minute.
Yeah.
To do this. Yeah, so she's gonna like kind of break away from Apia and like basically like it almost looks like she's wringing her arms out and like and I will that's also a power roll.
Yeah.
To try and basically like manipulate.
Essentially you're trying to like warp your flesh to get it out.
Yeah. It's it almost looks like she's digging her hand into a piece of clay. It's very weird looking.
Yikes.
So that's another power roll, which is still a -1. Fingers crossed for me, y'all.
Crossing my fingers for you.
Oh, that's a 2, baby.
Oh no.
Oh.
Mark experience.
Mark experience.
Finally.
Yeah, you're like digging and trying and like it's something that like you've never consciously done before. Like you may have unconsciously kind of like maybe like scratched at a part of your face you weren't happy with and sort of like slotted it back into place in a way that you wanted. But it's like you're trying so desperately to do this and it's not working. You are clawing at the skin of your arms and like taking it off in chunks essentially. And take a harm from your own hands, or actually take 2 harm. Sorry, take 2 harm as you sort of like tear
3
pieces off, and like toss them aside, like you are tossing bits of yourself aside in an attempt to expunge this corruption that you're feeling, this like infection that you have, but you can't grasp its roots, and you just feel them like digging deeper into your marrow.
Apia like runs over and like they're wearing like 7 layers of clothes like at all times, and they just like wrap their arms around Vivian just like in like a immobilizing like move basically. Just like pinning your arms to your sides.
Maria.
Like, or Maria, sorry, I can't.
Would that be an act of assault?
I'm so fucking tired.
If Maria is struggling, yes.
Yeah, I need to.
I
am like going to stop you from hurting yourself.
I'm gonna make you roll.
Yeah,
she's
I expected as much.
That makes sense. Needs to be fighting.
Don't stop me!
Apia doesn't say anything as they're doing this. I can't. Fuck. My character sheet keeps zooming out. It's so small I can't see anything. Give me a second. What do I need to add to this?
Force.
Okay.
That's force, yeah.
I didn't do it. I got a 4.
So you sort of get like elbowed off as Maria continues trying to like restructure herself without any real success.
Am I allowed to try again? Because Apia would not stop. Like, I know mechanically I'm probably not allowed to try again, but Apia would not stop.
I think you like I will let you like try again, quote unquote, in that like you can get hurt in the process, but then manage to subdue her. So
yeah, Apia will take hurt. Will be hurt. They are willing to be hurt for this.
What were you gonna say, Birdie?
Since I am covered in an organically spreading rot, is that like by touching me this much, are you also getting
they don't have any skin exposed, I don't think, right?
Yeah, I'm wearing like 8 layers of clothes and gloves. It's like, surgeon's gloves.
Got through Maria's gloves.
On top of my other gloves. Apia wears 2 pairs of gloves normally.
It got through yours kind of only because of the way you chose to confront it.
Yeah.
It got through yours like spiritually and then physically.
Right.
Spiritually. These gloves are not spirit proof.
Spiritually slimed.
Also, I would like to nominate Maria's counter be changed to times Maria has touched the Eldritch Horror.
I think it should be.
Honestly.
At this point, right.
All. Once per
so
case.
do I take a harm for...
Yeah. Take a harm as you're kind of like elbowed in the face, but you manage to subdue Maria.
Yeah. Just like, I turn to Vivian and I'm like, we can't wait for the others. We need to go. Like now.
We bounce.
Yeah, I'm like in the back seat, like holding on to Maria, just like
who is
sobbing. As you're walking out, can I grab that lighter from you that you had earlier?
Yeah, definitely.
I assume that I just reach into whichever pocket and pull it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's in one of them.
So Candy's got the lighter now.
It's in a pocket. It's there.
Bold of you
Candy's
to assume
found a lighter.
only has one lighter, but you grab one of them.
There you go.
Right. That's what I was thinking.
They have a collection.
has multiple lighters for multiple different occasions.
Do they still have the axe?
I think they left it in the car.
Fair
honestly.
enough. All right, so the three of you are hurrying to the spooky hospital, TM.
Yeah.
To get Maria looked at and taken care of.
Also, since I'm so much taller than Maria, I feel like I'm just carrying her a couple inches off the ground. I'm literally just standing up straight and holding her like this.
You're long catting her?
Yeah, basically.
Sorry, Maria.
I would carry you like bridal or fireman's carry, but I don't want to release your arms.
Basically.
Just wrap her up in a coat like a little burrito.
Right.
Yeah, I guess I could that was one of my ideas other than just strong arming you was trying to tie my trench coat around you. But I didn't want to take the risk of tying it too tight and hurting you, and I feel like Apia's first instinct would just be to bear hug you.
Love Apia. All right, so you are on your way to the hospital. Candy's on her way back into the apartment. Alina is probably committing a crime.
Not necessarily. I think it will depend on the local laws. But
okay, fair enough.
I think murder is illegal everywhere.
Is
I said I was not going to murder her.
And you expect me to trust you?
I mean it. I'm not going to.
Okay.
I need to talk.
But yeah, you can go in. You can't see with the all-seeing eye in the same way that Vivian can, but you can tell that the apartment's still infested and horrible. But at the very least, Nadia is exuding less slime per second than she was. She's still exuding slime because she's gonna have to really deep cleanse, but she's definitely exuding less slime per second.
Okay. Are those really sick charcoal masks?
I walk into the bathroom. Alina will look around for sort of a place to sit and realize that there is no clean place to sit, and she will just stand.
Do not sit.
She will sigh and she will approach Nadia and she will say, "Hello, Nadia. My name is Alina. I'm the one who spoke to you on the phone earlier today. Do you understand me?"
Oh. And there's a lot of difficulty in how she speaks. And it sort of is like hi.
I think you deserve to know what's happened to you so you can make an informed decision. You've been touched by an entity, by something that some people would call a god. I wouldn't, but its power has touched you and it has changed you. And I'm afraid I've been at this, let's say, business for a long while, and as far as I know, you've been irrevocably changed. You can learn to control this, as have I, as have my companions, most of them. We are touched by different things, but let's say that they are the same kind of thing. You've been unfortunate enough to be touched by the one you've been touched. You will never be exactly as you were before, but like I said, you can learn to control this. You will probably never feel entirely clean again, but you can live a more or less normal life. But you will have to work very hard at it, and it will never be the same. Do you understand me?
There's a lot of like confusion and fear in her expression. But like the notion of like
I can't hear you.
You just cut out. You said the notion of like.
The notion of?
Oh, have I died?
No, you're good.
You're good.
Am I,
the notion of,
am I back?
And you cut off.
Oh, sorry. The notion of like being able to control it at some point, to like be able to be normal and not a slime monster, does sort of like give her a flicker of hope, and like for a second she's like, oh, maybe this is okay, even though what you're saying is like terrifying, that she's going to live with this her whole life. And she like looks down at the like goo that she's sitting in and around at her apartment and is like, how do I fix it?
Like I said, there's no fixing it as far as I know, but you can manage it, much like a lot of us do with any kind of disease that's chronic. That said, I can offer you a way out, but you will not survive.
Her face sort of goes like absolute fear. And she like pulls back from you, like scared.
Alina will like hold out a hand and say, like I said, I'm offering you a choice. I'm not here to push anything on you, because as far as I can tell, you're not a danger to others. So, like I said, my companions and I have similar conditions, and we manage them. Of course, they are not perhaps as unpleasant as yours, but we manage them. If it proves to be too much for you, you can call me. I will give her my phone, not the Institute's phone, my phone. And I will like put the car, I will look for a place that's the least moldy and gross and just leave it there so that the car doesn't disintegrate. I will leave it there, and I say, like I said, if it should prove too much, or let's hope not, in the case that you lose control and you become a danger to others, I can be back.
Okay. Like, she doesn't want to reach out and take it. One, because
No,
she's
I leave
afraid
it
of
there
touching
just
things.
so that like she can take it
Oh.
later. Like I leave it in the room.
She doesn't want to touch anything.
Right. Take a deep breath.
On the counter, you like place it on the corner of the bathroom sink.
Right. That was what I was thinking. I say, take a deep breath. Try to clean up around. Try to calm down. Know that this can be managed, and that may help you. That actually might help you manage it. Just knowing that it can be managed. Hopefully, we'll never see each other again. But in any case, at least it will be not a friendly face. I guess you don't consider me a friend, but it'll be quick, painless, and peaceful. Alina will turn around and leave.
Knock, knock.
Yes.
Sorry. I just assumed that there would be hairspray in here of some kind.
Yeah, we're not burning down the place. It's an apartment complex.
You're not gonna burn down the place, but at least getting rid of a couple of the larger nests. Who made a flamethrower out of a spray can and a lighter?
Yeah, there's probably smoke detectors, so it's probably not a great idea. It's
I imagine it's clogged with slime.
Anyway, I talked to Nadia, and cleaning up the place will be part of her healing process. Can we leave this mold-covered, horrible place now, please?
Right. Yes. They've taken the car, so let's walk down the hall.
Would we still be here? I feel like would we have left because they don't have a means of leaving. So would we have left yet?
I think we can call a taxi.
They can also, like, considering how much time it
Oh,
took
well-
to like stop Maria from pulling her own skin off,
Yeah,
they
it might have been
just-
almost the same time.
I just wanted to do my fun thing, but yeah.
do your fun thing.
And
Yeah,
also,
I mean,
Vivian is pressed. Vivian saw her bleeding and dying like in 12 dimensions. Vivian is like kind of wants to take her to the hospital if we can, because I think no one really gets this. Maybe Vivian and Maria are the only ones who get the severity of like she is literally, even if she wasn't infested by Glob, she's literally dying. So like, if
Am
we
I
could
dying?
do something
Avia,
about that, maybe.
you ripped off bits of your skin, honey. Like you ripped out
That's-
chunks of your arms.
That's normal for me. It's
You
fine.
can and will bleed out.
Not for Nadia.
Yeah, Alina can't walk back to the institute, so probably we'll need like a cab.
Call an Uber.
Right. Let's go to the hospital.
The gang goes to the hospital.
Wait, Nadia's still in the apartment.
Nadia's
Yeah,
not
I
going
left-
to be.
I left Nadia in
Alina
the
is
apartment.
not strong enough to carry Nadia. I think API and Vivian are the only people, maybe Candy, who could carry her.
Oh, sorry. I forgot. I will tell Nadia like once they manage to control the situation, they will probably want to go to the hospital and like the specific part of the hospital that that we use, like sort of. I don't know. We know like a specific doctor or something that deals with this kind of thing.
Alina would know the like wing and the doctors to talk
Right.
to.
I tell her, I give her that contact as well, like in the same card I have my number.
Bro, your audio cut out.
Very quiet.
Yeah, I thought I was crazy.
Yeah, bro, you're really quiet. We can't hear you.
Oh no. Oh god.
Shit.
There we go.
Oh, there you are.
Oh. I was about to do a thing that probably wasn't going to fix it, but it did. Before I did. Anyway, I will give her that information so that she can get some help. But I tell her, like, after she sort of manages to control her mold powers, and that she should probably wear gloves. And I will leave like a pair of surgical gloves there for her to use.
Wait, some context. Does Vivian know whether or not our hospital has an ambulance that is also accustomed to our shenanigans?
Vivian has worked there long enough to know that there probably is a hospital. Like, there is an ambulance that, like, the same ambulance crew always comes to institute things.
Okay.
So you
she's
can
just gonna
assume
call
that's
that.
sort of like the spooky ambulance.
Right. She's gonna call that instead, because I was like, I'm gonna just carry this girl because she is clearly dying and her hands are falling off. She's pressed. Vivian saw this woman dying in like 12 dimensions and is like, medical attention, please. I don't know what's going on. So we're gonna call.
I'm confused. You can't have Nadia because she was just Alina was just talking to Nadia.
Yeah, no, we don't. I'm saying I want to.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm low.
But if Vivian knows that ambulance is like normal, then she'll just call that because they will handle it and come up there. But if that weren't the case, she would about to be running out of here with the slime princess in her hands, in her arms.
Yeah, so we're getting Maria to the motherfucking hospital.
Yes.
Yeah, I rolled a 10 plus 2 power for Face Your Fear, so Alina and I are just gonna walk down the hall and the elevator door is gonna open into the institute.
Okay, swag. Wow. Period.
Huh.
Yeah, so the elevator, instead of taking you downstairs, you walk through the elevator and then you're walking in the front door of the institute. Not like the basement where the archive is, but the front door.
I have some questions, but I'm not.
Alina seems thoroughly unimpressed by this display of magic, which will tell you something about her.
Well, that's why Candy did it.
And she
was like, Alina knows.
Yeah. And Alina will say, do you want some tea?
I would love some tea. Nobody here has known how to make a good cup of tea yet.
You haven't tasted my tea yet. And
I'm so excited.
Make some tea.
I'm gonna go pick up my long Furby of a cat.
Roman's Revenge is playing as we're booking it to the hospital.
Maria's just like
that one scene in the Babadook where the like mom leans to the back of the car and says like, why can't you just be normal? And the kid just starts uncontrollably screaming.
I helped. I told her where to find her body, but her body found me.
APL like is talking very like quietly and gently in an uncharacteristically like warm voice and says like and has like you could see like they have like red hair like poking out of their like scarf which was over their head. They say like, it's okay, you did a great job, she's gonna be fine, you're gonna be fine, we're almost there.
Vivian is breaking multiple traffic laws. That one action movie thing where you 180 the car and it's driving backwards and switching to reverse while it's going backwards. And,
oh my god.
All that.
My skin is too tight. My skin is too tight. She's just like repeating that.
It doesn't. I'm not gonna like fail you for rolling, but do you want to roll to break traffic laws?
Roll to commit a crime.
Watch this be my first fail. We are going fast. Wait, what is that?
Agile or force, whatever you want to use.
30-12.
You break so many traffic laws, but there's no one to catch you.
No cops.
Every
Rolling
single
around
traffic light, you like run through the yellow at like 95 miles an hour. And then you just kind of like yank yourself into the emergency parking lot.
All right, so I just like get out, basically like shimmy out of the car still and just carry Maria into the special
and when
supernatural area of the hospital.
When they walk in, like you can like her hands are just like, again, trigger warning, like dripping with blood, and you could probably see
it's all
bone.
over API.
You can probably see bone at certain points of her arms.
I just imagine your arms are like raw meat right now. Just flesh.
Yeah. But it's weird. Like it really does kind of look like a clay sculpture at some points. Like if someone just dug fingers into clay and left impressions
the way that it's
of the
formed.
shapes of fingers.
Yeah.
Oof.
The way the form twists and stuff. That's really cool looking, actually.
I've been playing the long game with this body horror character, y'all.
They just like
Apia
just like walks into the hospital and then just like bellows like, "We need a doctor."
Literally.
Just like standing there covered in blood, holding Maria's.
The staff here recognize both you and Vivian, and like immediately like sort of call to the like specific ward that needs to take you.
Yeah.
The section.
And folks in like extreme hazmat suits come and like usher you up, and then like usher you to the elevator and then into the basement ward that is like the ward for things that shouldn't happen to people.
Yeah, the things that shouldn't be happening ward. I like also am going to explain as we're going down like to the people in hazmat suits that like you cannot touch her with your bare hands.
Yeah.
Like make sure that you do not touch her.
Oh, they know.
They're in hazmat suits.
They know. They said we will
AP
not.
Also just like rambling
no
a little bit
sheets.
because they're worried. AP is rambling a little bit because they're worried.
They're not
this
touching
is like
any.
The first
they're
time.
afraid. They're gonna keep you. They're gonna put you all in little quarantine chambers.
Yeah, this is like AP is like for the first time, kind of like that you guys have seen them. They're like worried.
Y'all care about Maria so much. This is heartwarming.
I want you to know,
baby.
Out of character, that Alina is both impressed, kind of proud, and also kind of worried, but she doesn't know how to show emotions. But, you know.
Maria clutched it out today because we was about to be looking stupid. We was about to be looking dumb.
Alina was there just to like end this person's misery, but you turn it around and Alina was like, yeah, that's nice.
That's good.
She will offer it to make you tea once you are back in the...
I think I'll relay to the text there. They probably went out to go get Nadia before we got there, but just explain what the situation is. Obviously, they'll understand as well, but just to like keep it as open and as possible, like no shenanigans. And Nadia has the same thing going on.
Yeah, they appreciate being told that the other like patient 0 has the same sort of thing but worse, essentially. So they will keep their like ward prepped for another slime person. And like it is sort of just like they're going to first treat the open wounds all over Maria's arms, and then they are going to like start you on like a very like it's an antifungal medication, but you also get the sense that it's not just a medication. Like
haunted antifungals.
Yeah, like
Anti-haunted,
Enchanted
anti-haunted
medicine.
antifungal.
We're injecting ghosts directly into my veins.
Spell of break slime.
and like
Spell of
when they
disinfectant.
put the IV in, and like again, you're always really aware of your body. When they put the IV in, it's sort of like a weird staticky sensation that follows the medicine up your arm. But you can feel it sort of burning the tendrils and the hyphae out of you as it goes.
We got our side of the dealio set. Nadia's good.
The med techs are like, we would like to keep you overnight just to be sure that everything is cleared out.
Sorry, I touched it.
You did good, Marie. You did good.
And they will like give you both like a once over as well, and like PbtA has like a bruise on their face, and they're like, we can't really do anything for that, sorry.
Yeah, I guess y'all probably want like I don't know if it's like policy for them to like, because I'm covered in blood, like, so I don't know if I'm supposed to leave that with the hospital or if I should just throw that away when I get home.
Do you want all this blood?
They can at least throw it in a biohazard bag.
Yeah, I feel like
that's
that blood
kinda
is
what I was.
that blood is full of slime.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of why I'm like, maybe I should leave this here.
That's parasitic mold blood.
They are probably going to like give you like not a hospital gown, but like those like hospital pajamas that are like not great, but they're like a 2-piece and a real outfit.
Did this soak through all like 6 of my 7 layers of clothes? Wow, I came real close to being slimed.
Yeah. But yeah,
ask them for 5 more pairs of pajamas.
So I want to describe to you what it looks like as PbtA takes off these layers. So first is the trench coat. They're doing their tops first. First is their trench coat, and then like a zippable hoodie, and then like a t-shirt, and then another t-shirt, and then another t-shirt, and then like one of those shirts that has long sleeves that's kind of skin tight. And then they're wearing 3 pairs of pants and 2 pairs of socks. They're very, very thin. Like, kind of, once you see them, like, just, like, in nothing but, like, the hospital, like, pajamas, they are, like, it's concerning. It's kind of, they also look, like, very small now. Because they're still, like, their face is really gaunt, because you can usually see that. But with all of the clothes they wear, it's kind of hard to tell how thin they are, but now it's like, wow.
You are a stick bug. Get stick bugged.
You just got stick bugged.
Fact. Yes.
Sorry, I was trying to imitate the stick bug meme, but I'm not a stick bug.
It's a stick bug.
Yeah, the hospital staff will take all of your clothes and like with a very like apologetic tone be like, we will have to burn these.
PbtA like nods.
And then we like, but we will forward the message along so that hopefully the institute can reimburse you for the losses.
All 12 cents.
Vivian is not in any way like hurt or like bloody, right?
Vivian is unusually conspicuously clean.
She is exuding the aura of I'm not mold.
I am not mold. I am plague nurse. I was in goop room and there's no goop, I guess, but cool.
That's what you got to do to when you're dressed that fabulous. You can't touch shit.
Not touching anything. I was everywhere using telekinetic powers to move things around. Like, I'm not touching anything. Do not touch me. Do not look at me.
Fucking astral projected into the nth dimension to look at things.
Maria's very sad about losing this sweater. It's like she likes this sweater.
Bye. Sweater deleted.
Well, they can't get her the same. Oh, guest.
Yes. Yes. Correct. Correct.
Incredible.
Listen. Oh, yeah. Well, the Institute can't get her the same sweater back, but they will give her money to buy more sweaters.
Oh, I got a bonus out of this. I got my hazard pay. Got some workers comp.
I do want to know Damien's reaction when he greets Candy and Alina back at the Institute.
Alone.
Yeah. The two of you walk in and like down the stairs to the basement, and like Damien is just there, like, and they you watch, and like one of their hands is petting the cat, and the other of his hands, like, do you remember the spider that you grabbed the first case?
Yeah.
He's just kind of like he's like holding it in the jar and like examining it, and like in between petting the cat is taking notes and then going back to petting the cat.
Cheshire doesn't like the spider.
He keeps hissing at it.
Nobody likes the spider.
And like he looks up and goes, "Where are the rest of them?"
A&E?
Do you want some tea?
I would love some tea. Did you say A&E and hospital?
Oh, right, they call like emergency room, yeah? Yeah, hospital.
I would love a cup of tea if you're making some, Alina. Are they okay?
No.
They will
Alina's
be.
not smiling. I'm smiling because it's funny, but Alina is like, no.
Like the kind of
Maria's
no that I should be putting out ads?
No. Maria's like having a little bit of a time. Everybody else, I think, will be fine. Maria will definitely be fine. Everything's fine.
Maria's always having a little bit of a time.
Honestly, I was just about to say
That's a little bit.
That's
a little bit of a time.
a little bit of something.
That'll be great for your performance review.
Yeah, Maria sort of ripped the skin of her arms.
Oh,
A little bit.
that's not good. I will call the hospital later to check up on her. But she's okay?
She's
Is
alive.
the statement
Last
giver
we saw her.
okay?
The statement giver was a giant mold monster. Well, giant, well, not giant.
human size.
Person size. And Maria managed to get through to them and give them back some control over the moldness. And I explained to them what had happened to them, you know, the contact with the entities, and they have our number. If things get out of control, they will contact us. But I couldn't really tell through the mold, but Nadia, yeah, that's a woman's name, right?
I think.
Thank you for giving them.
Changed so much.
I don't want to assume anything.
I'm not
But yeah,
blind person.
they are alive.
Yeah,
Covered in
everybody,
mold.
everybody gets a happy ending.
We should destroy that fridge, though.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes,
Possible.
about that. I did receive a call And I, Joe Pest Control, the refrigerator man,
Excellent. Yes.
we are going to arrange for it to be picked up. We are buying them a new refrigerator, but I've expensed it.
How did they legalize you into that?
Genuinely, I didn't want to deal with the implications of having to explain to them why we were taking their fridge.
Okay.
It's not my money.
Period.
We spent $5,000 on paintings 2 weeks ago.
Yes, about those.
We just let Maria have this one thing.
We just give Maria all the downloaded corrupted files that we in
Same.
the computer.
Look, Maria, look, Maria, how about this? When Alina goes to kill the painter, he will ask for like an autograph or something like that from her for you.
Custom piece in her dying moments.
I
Right.
think that
Hey, can you, like, I have like an adopted granddaughter that, you know,
loves your work.
grandniece, not granddaughter, grandniece, let's say, that really likes your paintings. Could you do like a little thing for her?
Before you die, can you sign this for me?
Something.
I mean,
My grandniece is a big fan holding a gun to your head. Big fan.
Throw a little
I
bit
will
of
say-
extra dimensional manipulation in this piece. Just really dig down deep, you know. Little signature on the corner.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, and on the topic of other phone calls I've made today, you're in luck. I have convinced them to let us keep the box you want to examine.
Oh, cool.
But in return, they are going to be taking a couple of other things that we would like to get our hands off of.
Like the disc?
The disc.
Oh,
Yeah, because
Is
I don't
that
want
what's
to see
left
that
of like
creepy
Reverend
creature
Thompson and
a
ever
couple of
again.
books. Sorry, both of you said things. What did you say?
Sorry, I said, is the disc what's left of that father guy from the cult?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Vaporized.
yeah, but the thing is, Alina is not entirely sure she got rid of that preacher, and she doesn't want
Yeah.
to see that guy again. So hopefully, he'll have to like go to England to fucking get his disc back. So it's his problem.
Or what if he is the
Their
disc?
problem.
He could be the disc.
Again,
He could be in the disc.
London's
Like
problem.
a fire mixtape, as the children
That's
say.
London's problem now.
if we
Yeah,
put him in a
London-
Ziploc, he'll be fine.
That's
Release
the
him onto the
that's
UK.
that's the Copyright Protected Institute's problem now.
Right.
Oh no, we're a
London is so fucked up, there's two.
Yeah, they need two.
They have one on either end of the city because it's so fucking enormous.
We're the cool hip one.
Yeah, you guys are the ones with the fire mixtape, as the children
Yeah.
say.
With the sensory deprivation.
I'm
That's
glad
water.
we're taking things. In a couple of weeks after Candy has like gone home and taken the artifacts with them, they will mail back a painting for Maria. No, just a painting.
Maria
One that
opens it
Candy
and just like
did, but
instantly.
I guess I can tie that bit up then, because they do let you out of the hospital the next day, Maria, because you are no longer infected. They
The
do.
next day?
Yeah,
She
there's not
has
really
no
much.
skin in her arms.
We've wrapped her up pretty good, and
Yeah.
like Maria is healing quite quickly. And also it seems to be that every meal Maria eats at the hospital, she heals faster.
I don't have that move anymore. I changed it.
Oh, do you not? Did you get rid of? Did you get rid of
Yeah,
it? Never
I told
mind.
you I have a different move
Um,
now. Actually, wait, no. Yes, I switched. I switched the hurting people move for the eating meat move.
You did switch. I forgot.
Yes.
Eating
So
meat.
no, pretend I didn't say anything. Every time I eat food, I'm a little better.
Yeah. And so like by the next evening, like she's gonna need to be bandaged for a couple weeks, but she's not like raw and missing chunks anymore.
Are you sure you're not a werewolf?
um,
Valid question.
Me? I never like howled at the moon before or anything.
Also, Apia has stayed with you this entire time and hasn't gone home and is still wearing this hospital outfit.
Maria
Oh.
will have tried to like really it's fine, you can go. I'm okay. Like
Apia does not
Okay.
want to leave.
Okay.
You have noticed that their appearance like changes pretty frequently. Like sometimes they're still like they're relatively average height and have like red curly hair and purple eyes, but sometimes they're like, you know, still 6'4" with like short brown hair and like blue eyes. And you're not entirely sure why they do that.
yeah. Yeah,
Is she
she's
a
just
secretly Daphne Blake of Scooby Doo?
like your hair keeps changing and your height. Is that all right? Who's the other one?
ABL like kind of just like they have like the red hair and purple eyes right now, and they just kind of fold their hands, and like after a second they say, can I tell you a secret?
I mean, you just kind of watched me pull all the flesh off my arms, so I think we're pretty close.
They like kind of lean a little closer, and they say, Apia isn't one person. We're two people. My name is Belladonna. The other one you've been seeing is my brother, Valerian.
Oh, it's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. Though I guess I've known you for longer than you've known me. And they just kind of like stay quiet for a little while.
Yeah, Maria is gonna be like, it's hard for her not to touch her arms, but she's doing her best.
But yeah, I will say you can probably take some time off from the office if you want. Like, they'll let you go home for the weekend so you can rest.
Yeah.
We'll be back for my performance
but
review.
When you do get back,
Right.
When I do get back.
When you do get back to the office, there is like wrapped up in what I only assume is the world's most patterned wrapping paper. Just a canvas with a note that says, "To Maria from Candy."
Oh.
It's better than any of the other paintings.
She briefly considers hanging it up she briefly considered hanging it up, but then decides that would be rude.
And lethal.
Well, as long as we don't touch it.
Or look at it, or be in its vicinity for an extended period of time. And I can't look at it. Vivian, she goes in and sees the painting, and Vivian comes behind her like, well, I can't look at it, and I don't want to see it. And you have crap like a minute of straight just no.
Right.
Alina will
growls.
go to Maria and say, "How are you doing?"
My arms mostly grew back. That's good.
I heard you lost your sweater.
Yeah.
And
My
she will
mom
pull
knit it
out
for me.
what?
My mom knit it for me.
Well, now I knit you a sweater.
Yay!
It's
Oh.
just pastel pink because I don't know how to do patterns of color.
It's really nice. Thank you.
You did good.
Vivian's just like, well,
Character
damn.
growth.
I just had some
No, it
flowers.
does.
I mean, shit, I didn't really- I didn't know we were doing all that. Oh man, okay. I mean, you're pretty cool, I think. Yeah. And she's really like not trying to not impede on the moment and just like put the flowers on the desk from off screen. Just her
The
arms come in,
flowers.
put the flowers on the desk and leave.
The flowers are beautiful. Thank you.
Once Apia like comes back to the institute, they're back to looking how they normally look, which is like about 6'2", long kind of wavy black hair and like very pale skin and dark eyes. So like kind of somewhere in between what you remember both of them looking like, Maria.
We're probably just going to be extra nice and extra sweet and not trauma-y to Maria for like a little bit.
I don't think you guys can pull that off for more than an hour, but she notices and appreciates it.
Bro, my favorite thing is when you have something to say, you just like get progressively
And I have something
large,
like funny to say. I lean into the camera. Yeah.
and your face just takes up the entire screen.
Apia,
Yeah.
just so you know, Nadia is still alive.
Apia just like nods.
And Vivian pretends that she didn't give a fuck about Nadia, and she's like, "Oh, cool." You know, she was very concerned. You know, like, great.
Well, I think she's alive. I don't know. Time passed. A lot could have happened.
And Vivian, like,
When I left, she was alive.
Vivian goes away, starts channeling for a little bit, comes back and is like, "Okay, whatever. I still don't care. I still don't actually care. It's cool."
I don't really care though.
Yeah.
Sundere.
Definitely gonna.
You all resettle yourselves into the office. And Candy goes back to the London branch.
Woo!
I really like the teleporting power.
Yeah.
Very
It's
cool.
great.
Candy doesn't
I
take
use it every game.
Candy opened the door.
Mm-hmm.
Candy said,
If she'd
"Door."
really wanted to, she would have just opened the door like back to her own house.
Right.
Literally. Like we're not gonna mess with the convention in space time for our convenience.
I mean, if you had taken me back to your house, you would have had a problem because no one will take Alina back to England.
Oh my god.
Yeah, thank you
Alina
for
is
joining
banned from England.
Yes.
the old house.
Other way around.
England is banned from Alina.
England is banned from Alina.
No England.
This is a no England zone.
Do not interact. But yeah, thank you for joining us on our trip to the Mold House. I'm gonna let everyone introduce themselves again. So why don't we go backwards, if I remember the order, which I probably won't, and have Rena go first.
Hi, I have been Rena, at Liquid Rena on here, on Twitter, on other places, I guess, maybe. I'm a variety streamer. Come check me out if you feel like it. I love you.
Ro?
Hi, I'm Ro. I'm at Twitter at Ro de Valois, and there's also a comic which I write with which my partner illustrates. You can follow it on Twitter at Of Dwarfs and Men, or you can just go to the comic site at arlefcomics.com. And I have played Alina today. That's it. I don't know.
Birdie.
Hello, I'm Birdie. I use she or they pronouns. I have been playing Kestrel. I've not been playing Kestrel. I've been playing Maria, who uses she, her pronouns. You can find me on Twitter at Pekosaba, or basically everywhere at Elephant Bird with a 3 instead of the second E, so that would be Elfrafant Bird. Thanks for joining us. I love body horror.
My name is Ari. I use he, him pronouns, and I've been playing Vivian, who uses she, her pronouns, and she's a baddie. My Twitter is the frog _prince. And my TikTok is the frog prince as one word. Yeah. Not as big of a fan of body horror, but all horror is mad crazy interesting. So we're here for it.
Blood.
And last but not least, Kestrel.
Hi, my name is Kestrel. I use these and Zers pronouns. I have been playing Apia, who is actually Belladonna and Valerian in a trench coat. They use they, them, theirs pronouns. You can find me on Twitter as Vaporwave Nashira, without the E, because Twitter wouldn't give me that many characters. The story behind this meme is that my professor in our music class today said there was an emperor who hated Mozart and he didn't understand it, but he was inbred, so what did he know? And I found that extremely funny, and I created this image for our Discord. Because my music class has a Discord.
I think this is the one time that explaining the joke made it funnier.
Yes, accurate.
And I am Rue, and I use he or they pronouns, and I have been your narrator. And this is a system that I wrote, that I run here on the first and third Thursdays of every month. So we'll see you back here again in 2 weeks on the 19th. I think it's the 19th that will be here next.
Yeah, that's it.
Find me on Twitter as at Ilana Knight 13, and essentially everywhere else as just Ilana Knight. And you can also find me on Saturdays on Chromatic Chimera playing Monster of the Week, and on Mondays on Everybody Crits playing a X-Men based Mutants and Masterminds game. And also I would like to thank Nova for doing all of our tech and making sure that things run smoothly and getting us in and out. And Rena, who joined us today, is the person who made our layouts for the opening and the Be Right Back screen, and then also the one that you're currently looking at. So I would like to thank him for that as well. And thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you again in 2 weeks on the 19th. Same time, same place, with less goo on my face.
And less goo in this place.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.